I've officially survived for 3,000 days in Minecraft Hardcore, and in that time, I've taken on even more insane challenges and completely transformed my world. So today, I'm putting all my achievements in the last 1,000 days into a movie so you can enjoy hundreds of hours of work all in one place. So grab some snacks, sit back, and enjoy the movie. I've spent over 2,000 days in my Minecraft Hardcore world, yet my end portal still looks like this. So today, I'm going to use over 100,000 blocks to transform it from the default portal into an insane looking mega end portal. And for phase 1 of this plan, I'm going to need to do a lot of demolition, which means I need to flatten this entire hill. Then I'm going to use light blue concrete to mark out a 100 by 100 perimeter. And here is the workspace perfectly centered around the end portal. But the portal itself is over 100 blocks beneath us, so there's only one thing to do. And that is remove hundreds of thousands of blocks until we get down to the end portal. And I'm not doing that by hand again because that would take forever. Instead, I'm going to build a TNT flying machine which will automatically blow up all of the land for me. And there is the machine fully built. Now I just need to go around and get rid of all of the water so that the TNT will actually explode. So with the water out of the way, I'm going to turn it on and hopefully it should work. I probably should have built the perimeter a bit higher up. That's the TNT machine working, and by itself, it's kind of slow. So instead of having just one TNT machine, I'm going to build a bunch more, which means I need to collect and craft heaps of materials in order to build them. And with everything I need, let's get them built. And finally, I've got 16 TNT machines ready to launch. Then with some of the spare obsidian, I'm going to try not to fall in and block the portal, because if I was to light TNT and send it through the portal, when I go through to the other side, I'd be blown to smithereens. Great, now I've got to get back. So let's get this covered up. And now it is ready. I can go around and flick all of these levers and hopefully they all work. Okay, that is extremely noisy, but it's definitely working. Oh wait, no. I forgot to build the return stations, no. Well, I messed that up. Time to break down the machines and try to salvage the materials. And now it's time to put in the return stations so they actually return this time. And then once I've finished putting all of these in, I rebuild all of the TNT flying machines. I'm actually getting really quick at building these now. It's just become like muscle memory. And boom. Just like that, all of the flying TNT machines are rebuilt with the return stations on the other side. So let's flick all the levers once again and let the machines do their thing. And it was all going great until it turned into a giant swimming pool. 20 wet sponges isn't going to clear up all of this. So we need to find some of these bad boys, find the sponge room. Great. Take all of the sponges. And 51 should be enough for me to be able to sort out this entire mess. Okay, that is the swimming pool removed. Now I can turn on these machines again and get this mine down to the end portal. Bro, this was supposed to be a very simple TNT destructive hole created in... Bro, what am I even saying? This was supposed to be the easiest part of the project. But it turns out it's not so easy because I've got to remove all of this as well. So to make the pain worth it, please consider subscribing. It's completely free and only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. I'd love to reach 1 million subscribers one day and you guys can help me get there. So the TNT's done a decent job so far, but the actual end portal is about 20 to 30 blocks lower. So I'm going to have to destroy all of these TNT machines, rebuild them on a lower Y level, and that includes the return stations this time. Don't want to forget them again. And if I switch them all on, these should get us low enough. Just need to manually mine the blocks the TNT didn't reach. I was just looking around and I was pretty sure everything was mined and done, and then I saw this guy. I'm pretty sure that a full diamond zombie is like incredibly rare, so I'm going to try and trap him in here, grab a name tag, and that is the side quest complete. I guess I'll just leave him here because he's probably not going to help me build this. And not even I can build anything yet because we first need to move on to phase 2, which is collecting all of the items. And right here, I've got a list of every single block and item I'm going to need for this build. And there's well over 100,000. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'll start out by grabbing materials like cobblestone that I already have. And it's not just like I need a stack of this and a stack of that. It's literally shoulder boxes worth of each material. So I'm going to need to make a ton of these. Now I'm going to collect, craft, and smelt all the materials I need to build the mega end portal, which is going to look insane. All right, so after a bunch of mining and crafting, after Minecrafting, I got all of these materials. But this isn't even all the materials I'm gonna need. There are still some that require me to build farms to obtain the items, like the 1,000 pearlescent frog lights. But before figuring out how to build a farm for those, I first need to remove my old sand duper and then build a brand new one. And it's not just for sand, it's for any gravity block, like concrete powder, which I'm gonna need an absolute ton of. Now that that's built, I'm gonna go AFK for a bit and watch the Minecraft movie. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava town. Anyway, this thing definitely works. And with all this concrete powder, I had to build this super complex farm. And now I'm gonna spend what feels like forever mining all of the concrete. Boring. Yeah, it was very boring, but I did manage to get all of these shulkers full of concrete. And the crazy thing is, that wasn't even the most time-consuming task I've had to do so far. I needed over 22,000 cobbled deep slate. So to get it, I mined out this entire tunnel, which doesn't... There it is. Barely even renders. This definitely took a lot longer than I thought it would. Now with the concrete farm, sand duper, and deep slate all covered, I just need to build the frog light farm. I've got all of the materials ready to go. Now I need to get into the nether and fly around the nether roof, looking in the top left of the screen for the basalt deltas, which, funnily enough, I've just found. So now we're in the right place. Let's start building this farm. Alright, there we have the first part of the frog light farm. Now I just need to go find myself some frogs. I think I remember there being some around here. Alright, here's a few of them. Let's feed them slime. Now I've got to follow this guy very slowly to wherever he's going to end up. Oh, there's already tadpoles in here. I must not have noticed them the last time I was here. I've now got 6 tadpoles, and I might just yoink these guys as well. Now I've just got to try and get these 3 back to my base, which is about 2,000 blocks away. I wonder if I can make them fly. Nope. No, I cannot. Looks like we're running. I can see the wood farm, which means we're pretty much here. And I'm actually going to make a big brain play. Let's get these guys stuck down here for now. I'll be back. And I'm doing that because instead of risking their lives over this lava, I'm going to build a separate portal somewhere over here. And hope it spawns next to the frogs, or at least near it. Oh, that didn't work. Wait, yo, you're not supposed to get out. What the hell? Huh? Oh, my. Oh! Just came here to figure out the coords, and instead of having 3 frogs, all I've got is 3 XP orbs. Well, that was completely pointless. I guess we'll just work with the 6 tadpoles I've got here. So let's make them a pod each, get them all inside, and wait around for them to become frogs. Right, let's get you all on a lead, and now let's get you guys into this portal, and then up and into your new forever home. I think that's a much nicer name than the place you're going to work for the rest of your life. Anyway, now it's time to build the rest of the farm and get it working. It's been a while. Let me check the results. Yeah, this is definitely way more than enough. So it looks like the iron golems kill the big magma cubes, and when they're small enough, they fall through, and the frogs just have a field day eating them. Those are all the frog lights collected, which leads me to believe I'm pretty sure that's every single material collected for the build, which means I'm leaving behind phase 2 and switching over to phase 3, the building phase. I'm not sure how I'm going to transport all of this over to the building area, so I guess I'm just going to have to fill up my ender chest and also my inventory. And yeah, I'm going to have to make 2 trips for this. There is so much. So let's go over to the portal. I'm going to place down some chests like this. Kind of bugging me that I didn't get a 6th chest to make it even. And then we're going to drop off everything in here. Make our way back. Grab the rest and then put them all in the chest with the others. Clear out the ender chest. And I just realized that's 84 shulker boxes full of materials. Sheesh. So I think I'm going to start out with the top and the shape of it. And it's not just going to be a big square like this. I'm actually going to start out by building a circle, just like everyone else. But it's not going to be like anything else you've ever seen before. On the outside of the circle, I'm going to put an octagon and do some cool design work within that. But before getting to that, I'm going to need to do the framework first and work out the shape of this thing. All right, there's the first circle done, but it's actually supposed to be out of deep slate tiles in the build. So I don't know why I did it out of dirt. So let me just sort that out real quick. Now it's time for me to build a few more circles to really get the framework going. And I'm going to build them out of the correct blocks this time, so I don't have to go back and do them again. And there we have the 3 main circles for the build. And I've run into another problem, which is all these blocks in the way. So I'm going to start by burning down all of these trees. And now I need to start clearing out all of the room outside the circles and inside the circles, because otherwise the build just isn't going to fit. And finally, I'm going to build the 2 octagons that I mentioned to give the build a really cool, different kind of shape. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys what I've got planned for this shape on the outside. It's going to look so cool. And for now, let's start working on the bottom so we can fill up this framework. And although the portal is down there, this is the bottom. I didn't really want this to be in the shape of an egg. And unfortunately, this portal is pretty low on the Y level. So what I'm going to do is build a black concrete sort of tunnel or tube that'll lead up to a platform a bit higher up. Now I am higher up, I am going to fill the entire platform in, which is going to take a long time and multiple shulkers worth of black concrete. To be precise, just under 4 shulker boxes full of black concrete, which is almost 6,500 blocks. And next up, I'm going to be using even more to add some depth and texture to the design, because my idea is to make this look like it is the end portal from a distance. For example, you fly here and you see this massive like end portal looking thing here, but then you have to fly down the tunnel, try not to end your hardcore world, and then into the actual portal, which is going to be down there. Damn, I'm going to have to be careful going forward. So the blocks I'll use are stone buttons and light grey candles. It might seem like a weird combo, but just randomly placing them around from a distance, it does somewhat start to seem like a portal. So I'm going to go ahead and place a bunch more down. Yeah, this looks so sick from a distance. Just look. Oh man. I even lit up some of the candles, leaving some of them unlit just to have that like variation. And in general, it just looks so clean. And with the bottom layer now done, I'm going to start working on the bottom half of the portal by building up the walls. So this is what I've got done so far, and it's only the bottom section. It looks pretty cool. It's like a cyberpunk kind of theme, but like low-key. Like over here, you got some like fans and stuff, which is pretty cool. But that bottom section literally took me 4 hours to build. I'm not joking. 4 hours. Considering Minecraft is my full-time job, I probably should have built that a lot quicker than I actually did. I don't even want to know how long it's going to take to fill in this section. And even when this section is filled, I've still got the octagon to fill up and a surprise feature I'm leaving for the end. So with no time left to waste, it's time to get on with it and build the upper half of the portal, hopefully a lot quicker than I did with the first half. I'm adding some purple stained glass and purple bricks to add some color to the build, and honestly, it looks really, really sick. They're not light blocks like the pearlescent frog lights, but they add a bit of color to it and it really pops. Just placed a bunch of stone and deep slate tiles to finish off the second half of the portal, and did it in probably half the amount of time it took me to do the bottom section. Flying up to it, it looks really cool, but it definitely needs some more added to the outside. But that is the main chunk complete, and I think this is definitely better than the original end portal. Now, although this does look pretty cool, I want to add something to make it feel a bit more dangerous. It shouldn't feel like it's fun going into the end, because after all, if you fall into the void, that's the end of your hardcore world. Unless, of course, you're a pro Minecraft player and managed to clutch it on half a heart, but nobody's done that before. Wait, really? I did? I completely forgot. I just came down to get my next set of materials, and I realized I've been storing all of the empty shulkers at the bottom of this chest, and I've used over 22. Most of these only have like half the items left in them. So I'm guessing this part alone, I've probably placed down like 40 or 50,000 blocks. I guess I better touch some grass. And now I know what that feels like. It's time to take my total of blocks placed even higher by expanding this build. Now I know it's more circles, but I built these 2 sort of rings going around, and on top I'm just going to add some grey concrete. Also mix in a bunch more of this light grey wool, along with some other blocks for detailing. Then I'm going to add a layer of cobblestone. Then I'll actually add a layer of cobblestone to complete yet another set of circles around the build. And there is a gap between the circles, which I need to fill in with something like this. That is what I'm talking about. This looks sick. It's like some huge caution tape. It makes it truly seem like you should not go in here. Shame that's going to be ignored every time I go through the portal. Honestly, if I'd just built this circular area here, I'd be way more than content. Like, this looks insane. But I know what the final build's going to look like, and trust me, it's going to blow your mind. But for now, I need to sort all of this out. The absolute abomination that I've left on the outside, which is where the octagon is going to go. So let's place down some stone bricks, and then with some editing magic, we're going to go from 1 layer to 13 layers. And that's another hour of my life gone. Then to fill the gap in the middle, I'm going to use some purple wool because I really like the color of the pearlescent frog lights in the center. Then I'll couple that with some magenta wool to make it pop, and then covering it with purple stained glass to give us this end result. And oh my, this looks incredible. And the craziest thing is, is, I'm only 80% done. There's still 2 very big things I want to add to this, but somehow when I got all the materials, I forgot one. And the block that I am missing is crying obsidian. And getting crying obsidian is going to be a bit of a task, because I have to either find it in chests in Bastion Remnants or give away all my gold to the piglin brutes. And that there will give me a 9% chance of getting crying obsidian, and I need just under 3 full stacks of it. I tried the Bastion chest method, and let's just say it's not very good. So let's test out the bartering method. This guy just isn't giving me anything good. I'm just getting regular obsidian. So maybe that method won't work either. But before giving up, I do want to try a few more bastions, just in case I got unlucky the first time. And I can't find any chests in here. Only piglings. Here's 2 chests. Hey, there we go. A little bit of crying obsidian here and there. Let's see if these guys give me any better luck. Oh, wait, these... These ones don't trade. Am I stupid? Let's check this one too. And hey, 4 more. I guess I can give bartering one more chance. You know what? This bartering stuff isn't actually that bad. It's extremely expensive, but I've already got over a stack of crying obsidian. So if I do this for quite a lot longer, I should get the exact amount I need. And let me tell you, I put these piglins to work and they traded for a very, very long time until I got the right amount that I needed. So now I've got these blocks. I'm going to go ahead and store them away. Seems kind of silly considering I just went and got them, but they're for the very end because I've got something else to build just before I do use them. Probably could have got them after this, but that's just the way I am sometimes. I can't really explain this next part of the build. It's just something I'm gonna have to show you. But I guess I can explain the idea. It might look like I just made a random staircase all the way up there to the sky. But essentially the idea is that these purple blocks here have like broken up through the portal. Then the gray parts are like chains trying to hold them down. And no, it's not just gonna be that one there. I am gonna put them up all the way around too. And let me tell you, I fell down so many times doing this and it was really difficult, but those are all the chains built up. But the only thing is they need to build up to something. Something like this. It's like a mini end planet of all the particles joining together that's being chained down to the build. Now this portal does look insane, especially compared to what it looked like at the beginning. But I want to go one step further and make this the best end portal out there. So with the help of my friend who is a pro builder, we came up with this. And boom, there we have it, a giant dragon head bursting through the portal, trying to escape the end, or I guess retrieve this giant end orb that has already escaped. But I think that's the perfect way to finish the build. I mean, come on, this thing looks insane. And this portal's got to be the best thing I've ever built. Look at the design on this. I guess now's a good time to open up the end portal for use. But the only problem with the portal is, if I jump down here and straight into the portal, I take a ton of damage. I'm literally on half a heart. So I'm going to need to slowly fall down here and land on some stone. First time, we love to see it. Place some signs and then place some water down, which should break the fall when I jump down. It's like a war zone right at the bottom here underneath the build. Look how many creepers there are. This is insane. And I almost forgot about this guy. I wonder how lucky finding him actually is. But that is how I transformed the end portal in hardcore Minecraft. If you enjoyed, then make sure you leave a like on the video and consider subscribing. Wait. All that work to get through to this? This looks terrible. If I can transform an end portal to look this good, I wonder what it would look like if I transformed the end. I transformed the end portal in my hardcore world into one of the best ones you've ever seen. But there's a problem. When you jump through, you end up here in Minecraft's most boring looking dimension. So to fix this, I'm going to remove the entire island to completely transform the end dimension into the most epic build I've ever done. Well, the next month of my life is going to be fun. And to get started, I'm going to split the project up into 4 different phases, with the first phase being the worst one. But not for me. I need to kill the Ender Dragon 17 more times to open all 20 end gateways. I like everything to be even, so if I have some end gateways open and some not, it's just going to drive me crazy. Yo! So I'm just going to get that all out of the way and get them all opened up. And in order for me to respawn the Ender Dragon, I need to head to the Nether to get me some gas tears to craft end crystals. Now I need 4 end crystals per dragon. And that means 4 gas tears. So if we times that by 17, that's 68. I guess it's not just the Ender Dragons that are getting slayed today. Whilst I go through the Nether getting the gas tears, I need to reach out to my good friend who helped me with the design of my end portal to see if he can assist with this huge task ahead of me. Alright, so now I've got exactly the 68 I need. I just need to grab some glass, some blaze rods, and some ender pearls from my enderman farm, which is about to get absolutely demolished. But with all those materials, I can now go ahead and craft all of the end crystals I need. So without wasting any time, let's get these placed down. And it's time to kill ourselves some ender dragons. So that's the first one killed, and as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 end gateways open, which means I just need to kill another 16, and that is going to take forever. So with little time to waste, it's time to kill some dragons. So as you can see, I've got a bunch more end gateways spawned, but there is this one gap, which means we've got one dragon left to kill. Now, before this super OP bow breaks... Okay. I've heard that you can kill the ender dragon in just one hit without creating a farm. And the way you do that is by obtaining a mace and getting the density 5 enchantment on it. So I'm going to have to come into my every item museum and borrow my enchanted mace. Now, it currently doesn't have density 5, it only has wind burst, but I'm sure it'll be easy to get the enchantment on it. So let's visit the gold farm, because here I've got an enchantment table. I did have an enchantment table. And let's get rid of the wind burst enchantment on it. Grab a bunch of lapis and start crafting. Oh, density 4, that's not bad, but it's not good enough. It's not what I need. I need density 5, so... There we go, density 5 on the mace. So now, if I respawn the dragon for the final time, break all of the towers, and wait for the dragon to perch, which he is, and if I fall from 95 blocks and hit him, I should be able to take him out of one hit. All right, this is definitely more than 95. He's flying around again. All right, maybe this time will be the time. Come on, just stay there, stay still. Oh, it did a considerable amount of damage, so I guess it doesn't one hit it 2 hits. All right, from 200 blocks. Bang! There we go. I 2 hit the ender dragon. Not quite 1 hit, but it did the job regardless. And after killing 20 dragons, that should mean I've opened up every single end gateway. And that's great timing, because my professional builder friend just got back to me to say that he's up for the challenge, but on one condition. I'm going to need to remove the entire end island. Surely it can't be that bad.
It can.
So as I've completed phase 1, I'm going to move on to phase 2, which is going to be mass destruction, because I need to make room for the insane build that's coming up. So first up, I'll place a beacon in the middle of the island. Slap on some haste too. And let's get straight to work. I forgot it doesn't work in the air. Even without the beacon, these blocks need to go. And I want to see how much I can remove with just my pickaxe in 1 hour. Well, no doubt this 1 hour is going to feel like 10. An hour has passed and it feels like I've mined a ton. I mean, I've mined over 8,000 blocks of endstone, but that's probably not even a fraction of what I need to get rid of in terms of getting rid of the entire island. So it looks like we need to come up with a new method, and that's going to require a quick AFK session at the gunpowder farm and also my soon to be destroyed sand duper, because you guessed it, I'm crafting my favorite block, TNT. That right there is a solid amount, and with it, I'm going to try and blow this island to smithereens. I'm going to dig down and put some TNT pillars inside of the actual island itself, so hopefully it does a bit more destruction than just the top. And I'll try to put TNT between the pillars so that hopefully I'll only need to set off one piece of TNT and the whole thing will blow up at once. Okay, I've officially run out of TNT, and I think I underestimated how big the end island actually is, because I've only managed to lace this little section over here. You know, when placing it, I thought I was covering like this much, but evidently not. But now it's all placed, there's only one thing to do, and that is set it off. I've got a lot of angry endermen below me for attempting to blow them up, but that again has done almost no damage at all. So mining didn't work, and neither did TNT, which means I'm going to need something super powerful like a world eater to completely eradicate the island. So to build one of those, I need to collect all of the materials. All right then, this should be everything I need, and I've even got some spare blocks just in case I mess it all up. Now I can go ahead and travel back to the end via the most insane looking end portal you've ever seen in Minecraft Hardcore. I think I'm going to build the world eater right around here in this corner, and I want the entire island to be taken out, including this part here, so I guess I'll have to bridge out. That should do. But it's just now hitting me that these pillars are probably going to get in the way. Yeah, these are going to be just a little bit of an issue. If they were all this height, then I could probably get away with it. But yeah. Now, although it probably won't do much, I'm going to build a beacon and chuck on haste 2. Just so even if it doesn't do anything, it will at least make me feel like it is. And to be fair, it actually does make it a bit quicker. So now I'm going to go ahead and mine down every single obsidian pillar down to Y level 75. And whilst I spend forever mining all of this obsidian, you should take this time to hit the subscribe button. I want to hit 1 million subscribers, and with your help, I know I can get there. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind, so please help me out on my journey to getting that golden YouTube plaque. Alright, that is every single obsidian pillar mined down to Y level 75, and this just looks so strange. And overall, that took me 5 hours. Yes, you heard that right. 5 hours of my life, and the pillars aren't even removed fully. Now, the next thing I need to do is remove all of these floating pieces of bedrock. So after watching a quick tutorial, I'll get this set up. And the bedrock is gone. Then I'll repeat this for the rest of them. And now all the bedrock is gone, it's time to set up the 2 world eater machines. Okay, the machine... What? Okay, the machines are both built now, and they've both got return stations on the other side to help them move along. So all that's left for me to do is remove this redstone block, and it should start working. Let's get this one done too. And now we'll let the 2 world eaters do their thing. Everything was going to plan with this until this one decided to break. So I'm going to need to figure out a way of fixing this, and then I can get them both back online. And you can tell by all of this so far, the end island, it doesn't stand a chance. I managed to get them both fixed. Now it's time for decimation. Time to take the machines down, and funny thing is, that one actually stopped working towards the end. But it didn't stop me because the end island has been removed, and this is what it looks like now with all 20 end gateways opened and the obsidian pillars mined down even further. So now my end island looks like this. That means phase 2 is complete. So next I'm going to be moving on to phase 3, which is collecting all of the materials for the build. Now in the last video when I transformed the end portal, I needed 100,000 blocks. For my end transformation, I need just under 650,000. And it's not just a few stacks of this or a few stacks of that. I'm talking full shulkers per block, because overall I need over 350 shulkers full of materials. What? And talking about shulker boxes full of materials, look at how much obsidian I got from mining down those pillars. 9 and a bit shulkers full of obsidian. Now luckily most of them I can use my gravity block duper for things like sand, concrete powder and glass. But for things like deep slate and all the different variations, I'm going to need about 69 shulkers full, if I make it that far. So I'm going to head down into the tunnel that I created last video to get deep slate and go through pickaxe after pickaxe trying to get as much deep slate as I can. I wish you could actually mine deep slate that fast. That would be nice. Many hours later, I've lined up 13 shulker boxes. This one's full of tuff, which I needed a shulker box of, so that worked out. Then from this one all the way up to this one, they are full to the brim with deep slate. So with those 12 out of the way, I only need 57 shulker boxes more. Look how long this tunnel is on each side. You know what? I've had enough of mining deep slate, so I want to feel like I've actually achieved something. What does this mean? Well, it means I'm going to go through and find a bunch of empty shulkers and then grab as much cobblestone as I can from all of these double chests. And it turns out I actually had enough to fill all of them. 38 shulker boxes full of cobblestone. It's almost like when I did this video, I saw the future and knew I need cobblestone. Who would have thought it? But with that cobblestone, I can now move away from that area over to the super smelter because I'm going to need to turn it all into stone. And that's going to take a while. Now, this is the final shulker. So if we put that in there and then place that here with the rest of them that are full of stone, that's 38 shulkers completely full of stone. If that doesn't indicate how big this build is going to be, I don't know what will. And whilst I was waiting around, I changed these to light gray because kind of looks like stone. So let's get it put away. Now let's actually place them away and somehow sort this out. So many random blocks. Just throwing them anywhere I can at the moment. Grab that too and up. Right as I finish clearing it up, bro. All right, that's somewhat cleaned up. And here is everything that I've got so far. Wait, no, it's not. I forgot I had some in my ender chest as well, so there's a lot more. And with all those shulkers used, I need to make a bunch more. Now I'm going to head back to the end and fill those shulker boxes with all of this sand. Could you imagine if I deleted this sand dupe when I was removing the rest of the end? Hopefully there's a way of me keeping it because it's so OP. Now, with all this sand, I'm going to make my way back to the super smelter because I need to turn these 10 into glass. And now with all that glass, I need to use purple dye to turn it into purple stained glass. Finally, after all that crafting, I've now got 10 shulkers full of it. For the next 6 shulkers, I first need to turn it into glass, like so. And as you can probably tell by the color of the shulkers, this is going to be white stained glass. Thought I brought enough sand with me, but clearly not. I'm going to need a ton more. So it looks like it's another trip to the end. And I'm going to try and fill every single one of these shulkers, which is more than enough, surely. Emptying out all of these double chests with the sand. And by the end of it, I should have no sand left here. Here is 27 shulkers full of sand with 2 full of grey concrete powder. And it turns out of the 27, I only need 10, which means these ones were kind of pointless in collecting. Nevertheless, I have got all of them crafted up with their color-coded shulker boxes and... Excuse me. And that should be all of the glass sorted that I need. So let's place all of the glass into here. And all of a sudden, we've started to get a lot of materials. Especially as every one of those shulker boxes is full to the brim. And it's about time I stop talking and fill a few more. Alright, so behind me is 358 shulker boxes inside of these chests. Literally, most of them are full. Look at the amount of stone here. So much terracotta, blackstone, polished blackstone, deep slate bricks, deep slate in general. Like, this is insane. And it hasn't just taken me like a couple of hours to get. It's genuinely taken me weeks. Weeks of my life. It's not absolutely everything. There's still like a couple shulker boxes here and there to get of decoration blocks. But now I think I've done enough of collecting materials and I kind of want to start building. So let me first clear out my ender chest. And this is definitely going to take multiple trips as I've already filled the ender chest and my inventory. And there's probably like 300 shulker boxes here. So let's get going. And whilst I transport all of these shulkers to the end, let me give you a quick rundown of the plan. So you can't just remove an end island without creating a new one. So there's going to be a big end island in the middle. Then I'll have 6 mini islands around the outside. Each will have a different theme. And then right at the end of the video, I'm going to build something insane on the main island. So make sure you stick around to the end for that. All right, so here I am in the end with all of the shulkers transported from the overworld. And yes, I've gone a little bit overkill with this leaves platform and roof. It's because I've had enough of these tall guys. It's starting to get really annoying. Anyway, let's grab some of these materials. And it's time to start building, kicking it off with the new main island. Alright, so that is the new main end island built, and it feels really weird recording a new clip because it's literally taken a week for me to build this. Yes, an entire week. And you know what? We've still got a long way to go to finish this thing. And to be honest, it's not a real end island if it doesn't have the pillars. So here is my plan. The main island is built in the center, but I don't want to ruin it with obsidian pillars. So instead, I'm going to build 6 mini islands, each with a different theme, and put the custom pillars on top. And as cool as that plan is, it means I'm probably going to have to spend the next week building 6 more islands. And it's going to take even longer if I stand around moaning, so let's get these islands built. Okay, here we have the 6 islands built around the outside, and it didn't take an entire week like this main island. In fact, these 3 islands and these 2 took a combined total of 2 hours to build all 5, and this one took 2 hours by itself. As you can see, there's a bunch of like weird shapes, so it just took me a whole lot longer to build in general. But with the bases of those 6 islands now built, I can now start working on the tops of the islands and then put the obsidian towers on top. And talking about obsidian towers, I completely forgot about all of these behind me, which I'm probably gonna have to remove at some point, otherwise it's just gonna look stupid. And I thought I'd quickly show you guys how many shulker boxes and materials I've used. 1 full double chest of shulker boxes now empty, 2 double chests, and almost a half right here. That's 132 shulker boxes that I've used so far. And that number's just gonna increase because I've got all of these double chests full of shulker boxes too. I wonder just how many I'm gonna have used by the end of the video. But anyway, it's time to empty out a few more shulkers and build up the design on this first island. And the theme I'm gonna go for is one that's similar to the main island like this, but I kind of want to make it look like Mars. Why? I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty cool planet and it's red, which is my favorite color. They also do some really sick chocolate bars in the UK called Mars, so, you know. But back to the building, let me start by placing down a bunch of red blocks, and then I'm going to go around and place more magenta terracotta and purple stained glass spikes, like there is on the main island. So this is where I'm at with the Mars style island so far. I think it looks pretty good, but to make it look even better, I'm going to bone meal this nylium, as it gives us this like red grass texture, which looks, in my opinion, very nice. Nice. Then I'll add some dark oak buttons for extra detail, and all I need to do now is to build a giant tower, which I'm going to drag out of the ground. And yeah, I love that transition. But that is the island completed, and we can now move on to the next island. For this one, I'm going to add some more layers and build it up, and then actually build the tower first. And I know I'm bad at building, but trust me, there's a reason why there's a big hole in the side. That's because I'm going to build a giant like tree of life all the way around this tower, where it just wraps itself around. And of course, for a tree to grow, we need water, so I'm going to fill in these sections here with loads of it. And I'm actually going to need to go back into the overworld because I forgot to grab lily pads, and they'll definitely help the detail with the water. Then now I'm back with them, I'm going to place them in random spots in the water. They do add a cool little detail to the build, but it does feel like there's a couple things missing, so I'll come back to this later with a few improvements. Anyway, that is island number 2 pretty much complete for now. For the next island, I want to change the pace up a little bit and have a bit of an easier building experience. And honestly, it doesn't get much easier than just placing down a bunch of grass. Now, if we use the power of editing once again, we've got a tower on the island, but that's all for now. I will eventually add more to this island to leave it from just being completely plain, but this is actually going to be the most special island of all 6 of them, and I'll be completing it later on. But for now, we're going to move over to my second favorite island of all of these builds, and that is the magma island. It looks really cool because I put campfires with slabs to give the smoky look through the ground. Then the orange wall looks like lava inside, and you can also see it on the outside. And it wouldn't be right if we didn't make another tower. Man, I wish it was that quick. But that completes the island, which was a pretty quick build to be fair. And we can now move on to the next island, which is going to take a bit more time. So I've got all of the materials here ready, and as you can see, I've got that ready for the other island, and that's done, so I'll deal with those soon. Or maybe I'll just leave all the shulkers lying around so that way it adds to the detail of the island. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but as we get to building, like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, let's get to building. And we'll start by creating different layers and also build the foundations of the main tower. And when I mention detail, I've honestly never built in so much detail before, using blocks I've never used before. Obviously not including these. This is just wood. You know what? That actually turned out pretty sick, but it's kind of missing something. And that something is a custom tree, which I'm actually going to build next to it. All right, now we're starting to cook with all the detail. There's a big space over here for probably another building. And that's exactly what I am going to build. And once it's done, go around and add even more detail as well as vegetation around to make it look like this. Wow. Now the design of the island is fully done. I'm going to complete it by building the 5th tower. Yes, the 5th tower. At least there's only one more after this. All right, now we've actually got what looks like an island. But there's one thing that's kind of bugging me. And that is that I needed some extra water, which created a little waterfall going down there. And the only thing is that in the end, the water just stops at the bottom, which is kind of weird. But looking at this tower over here, I'm thinking I want to do something similar with this tower too. And the building style was like Japanese, or at least that's what I've tried to go with. So how cool would it be if I built a leaning cherry blossom tree on this side of the tower? This island alone's already taken me like 3 days to build. I've got to stop coming up with these insane ideas. Anyway, let's get the trunk and all the branches built so we can put all the pink cherry blossom leaves on on top. I'm going to stand by what I said before. I've never put this much effort into a build before. The amount of detail in these 3 things, it's mind-boggling. And what's even more mind-boggling is that's that island done, which takes us up to 5 of 6 islands completely built now. And we've still got one left. And this one probably has the most unique set of blocks out of all of them. I quite literally have something of everything here. And I'm just trying to be as organized as possible. But I've got absolutely no doubt I'm going to mix all of these up soon anyway. So probably wasting my time. As you can see, there's just a bunch of completely different blocks and they... Oh, I was going to say confused Enderman, but he's gone. So what I'm actually going to focus on next is the tower so I can build around it. But first we've got to build the land up around it to then finally build the last obsidian tower. You know, I'm actually glad I'm never going to have to build one of those ever again, but they do look really sick surrounding this area. After building the tower, I also went ahead and finished off this boat structure, so it actually looks like a shipwreck now. I've also made some sea pickles and coral around the sides, some more coral around this side, and the coolest thing is, around the back, we've got a crab. So that's the detailing done, but there's one more thing I want to add, and of course, it's not going to be small, is it? Of course, it's going to be super complicated, but if you look at this build, it's based on like a shipwreck and coral and like underwater stuff, but there's no water. So to add the water, what if we had glass to make it seem like it was floating? Because we are in the end and I don't really want it looking like this. So let's grab a bunch of this and a bunch of this and see what we can do. And here we have it. That adds so much to the build. It literally looks like a bunch of water floating around the island. And this mini boat is really cool too. So that completes island number 6. And with all the mini islands done, it's time to build something truly epic. And what is that, I hear you ask? Well, you've probably noticed this huge like crater section here. Now, I know I'm a bad builder, but it's all been left out on purpose. The reason it's been left like this is because right here, I'm going to be putting a custom end portal. I mean, let's be real. We can't have a build this insane and have this be the end portal. Now, unless you break the game, which I'd probably end up corrupting my entire world, you can't move this portal. It's just stuck here and that's that. Oh. So how cool would it be to look like we had a massive end portal, a bit similar to the Nether portal, but obviously the end. So let's begin by adding more detail to the island, aka putting down more shulker boxes of materials. And then using those materials, I'm going to build a sort of like grand entrance to the portal with 2 big flames. Then to add some extra detail, because we love that in this video, I'm going to go around and add some candles in, and they can't float without placing blocks underneath, so it's a very slow and painful process. But after removing all the stone and lighting them all up with the flint and steel, we get this really nice result. And this is just the front of the portal. Imagine what the actual thing's going to look like with these in front of it. Well, there's no need to imagine because it's time for me to get building. And I'm starting off by building the base. This is absolutely massive. The sheer size of this thing is insane.
That's what she said.
So yeah, this is going to be a pretty big portal. And there we have it. That is the portal completely built. One absolutely insane build, and it genuinely looks like you're looking into the end portal when you look at that center bit. Wow. Also, all of this purple glass is actually Minecraft-like text characters, which spell something out, and I've got them on each of the towers too. So if you can figure out what they say, make sure you leave it down in the comments below. It's crazy to me that we've gone from this portal right here up to this. This is just insane. I'm super happy with it. And this is where I'm at so far with the entire project. Most people would be done at this point, but not me. Yeah, I guess I am insane, because I don't want this to just be another end build, which is pretty insane. I want this to be the best end build you've ever seen. And if it already is, then fair play. There was a couple of materials I did need to collect, including amethyst clusters and drip leaves, because I needed to add some extra details to the base of the portal and also finish off this mini island, which I said I'd do. So with those 2 things finished off, I'm going to revert my attention back to this island, which I said I'd finish later. And there is a reason for that. The paw print on the tower might give it away, but this island definitely means the most to me. And let me explain why. So over 13 years ago, my family picked up our first ever pet, and it was a dog named Marley. He was the most insane and best family pet we could have ever asked for. And everyone we knew, even people we didn't know, just absolutely loved him. But just before I started planning designing this video, we had to say goodbye to him. It's definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, but I wanted to honor him and put him in my world forever. After all, this is my full-time job and I spend all day doing this, so it just feels right to have him involved. In the build, we even got his really curly tail, and my friend did an insane job with designing him, so shout out to him. And a shout out to Marley, the best dog we could have ever asked for. I love you, boy. Okay, so moving on, we have one of the most insane things I'm ever going to build coming up. But before we do that, we need to get rid of all of these shulker boxes because there's so many just lying around the island. And with the island clear of stray shulker boxes, it's time to start building. So let's do this. Now, if you can't work out what I've been building, I don't know what to say. It is a dragon, but I will reveal the whole build in a minute, so let me just look down. But I didn't build a head. And I'm sure most of you are going to be asking, where is the head? So let me show you. Somewhere here. There we go. This is where the dragon's head is. It's already poking through the portal. So that is why there is no head. Or is there? You guys know that I had to do something crazy. And after some insane designing from my friend, this is what we came up with to show the head coming through the portal and turning into particles as it teleports into the overworld. Just absolutely insane. But the final result is truly worth it. I can now reveal the entire dragon build with the custom portal and its head poking through, with all 6 custom islands built around it. This is the most insane project I've ever worked on. Wait, no, it's not. I've still got this just chilling here. Enderman Farm, it's been real, it's been emotional, but you no longer work and you're just a bit of an eyesore. So it's time to take you down. This platform's also going to need removing. But before I do, let me show you how many shulkers I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full double chests full of shulkers and an extra 12. That's 282 shulker boxes worth of items used for this build. I thought it was gonna be 350, but yeah, there's quite a few I didn't use, like all the stone and a bunch of deep slate, which will come in handy in the future anyway. But for now, let me take down this roof and the floor, and it's looking a bit better, but I've now got to transport all of these back.
1 hour later.
Here we are back to normal. Now, as for the spawn platform, I've transformed it by building a little tree and some like blocks around the platform. So now it's just a bit more of a cool, welcoming spawn platform, and the sand duper will still work. So very nice. I'm now going to have to go and spend hours mining down all of these towers to get rid of them. But that is how I transformed the end in hardcore Minecraft, from this boring, bland island to an absolutely insane mega build. I mean, if that build doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what will. This is the spear, Minecraft's newest weapon, and everyone is saying is the most overpowered one yet. So in this video, I'm going to kill every mob in the game to see how powerful it truly is. I'll start with the easy mobs, and then work my way through to the hard mobs, and then the bosses. Right, first things first, we need to craft this thing, and I'm pretty sure it's literally just a wonky shovel. Yep, there we go. Here is the wooden spear. This thing looks insane. What? It looks so goofy, but also so cool at the same time. Now, I do already have some experience with the spear, because on Cards' server, Outwork showed me how to use it.
Yeah, you just hold right click and then you walk towards me. Yeah.
Oh my.
I think it worked.
And that was just a stone spear. I can't imagine how OP the netherite enchanted one is going to be. But first, we're going to start out with the wooden one. Then every 5 mob kills, I'm going to upgrade the spear until we've tested every single one of them. And then finally get to the enchanted netherite spear. All right, where is the first mob? There it is. The pig. Oh, I just one-shot it with a wooden spear. I'm pretty sure the power of the spear is determined by the speed you're traveling at. So if I run at this chicken... Oh, this thing is godlike. Let's see if I can find a cow around here somewhere. This is so much fun. All right, that's 3 mobs down. I need 2 more until I upgrade it to the stone one. There's a wolf. Oh, a bee. Gonna take it out midair. Oh, or not. Let's try that again.
Nope.
Okay, this might take a bit of getting used to. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get some stone and upgrade this thing. And if it feels like I'm getting through these mobs really quick, it's because I'm in a race against my friend Lockdown Life. We decided it'd be fun to race against each other. There's a sheep. To see who could wipe out every single mob in Minecraft first, with the loser having to do a forfeit, which, trust me, neither of us want to do. The forfeit is throwing the dragon egg into the void and never being able to obtain it in your hardcore world ever again. I'm on a mission to collect everything in Minecraft, so this will completely ruin my world forever if I lose. As for the rules, it's pretty simple. We can only upgrade the spear after 5 mobs have been killed with the current variant. You have to find every mob on the list. We can't use ones that we've captured before. Not every mob variant needs to be killed. For example, we aren't going to be killing every color of sheep or every version of the axolotl. Just one of each will do. So if you're already in the comments typing, what about every version of tropical fish? Save your own time, buddy. All right, we're up to 10 kills with the spear now, which means we can go from this stone one to the copper one. I'm honestly just flying around looking for any mob that I can find. And I'm not sure if that's the most efficient way of winning this race, but it's working so far. Here's an axolotl.
Huh?
I really just said axolotl. Wow. Oh, and it is turning to nighttime now, so we should get a bunch of mobs spawning, like skeletons, spiders, zombies, etc. And I need 4 more mob kills until I can upgrade to the iron spear. And here's a creeper. Hopefully this guy dies first time, otherwise it's going to be awkward. Oh. Okay, we're all right. Let's go for the zombie. Oh, that was too easy. Let's take out a skeleton next. And I want to get a different creeper so I can actually one-shot it. Found a spider. And now if we get the creeper, we can upgrade to the iron. Oh, a zombie horse. I haven't seen that yet. Yo, that guy's fast. Yo, he's coming at me. Yo, take an egg, bro. Yeah, go on, jump in here. They're not dumb enough to just run straight into lava. Boom, just like that. Oh, wiped him out. So with 5 copper spear kills, I can now upgrade to the iron spear. And as I do that, you should consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always change your mind, but I'd really appreciate it. This one just looks a lot more menacing. There's our first victim. Oh! Not having much luck with killing creepers with a spear, that's for sure. It's also the first time I've seen a full copper zombie. That guy looks sick, to be fair. All right, brace yourselves. Let's go, I've done it. The creeper is off the list. And I'm flying through these mobs, but to be fair, it is going to start slowing down when I have to start finding things like the sniffer, the wither boss, the breeze, and all of the other mobs that are quite hard to find. Oh, this is perfect. Right, take it out. Nice, that's the wandering llama. Now I need to try and get this guy who is invisible. So, not ideal, but we'll give it a go. Where is he? I can't even see him. He's standing right here, so I guess I could try and block him in. Nope, he's just walked straight out. This would be huge if I was able to get him right now. So, I mean, I could just... Oh, yeah, I've got... Oh, there's creepers everywhere. Oh, the skeleton saved him. All right. There we go. He is dead, as you can tell by the particles. The Wandering Trader and the Trader Llama are done. Just as I was talking about hard to get mobs, we ticked 2 of the most time-consuming ones off the list. That's day 1 complete, and I've killed 18 mobs so far out of 87. And I don't want to slow down anytime soon, because I really don't want to do the forfeit. So let's see if I can find a rabbit or something out here in the wild. Here's one right here. Nice. I just need 1 more mob to upgrade to gold. Ooh, an Enderman. Is this going to work, or is it going to teleport? I'm not even going to hit him properly. Let's try it again. Bro, it didn't. Oh my god. Why is he so strong? Holy. He did so much damage. Let's go for him again. Okay, cool. That was a bit too close for comfort. Anyway, the iron one's clearly not the strongest, so let's get rid of that. And instead, let's get to crafting the gold spear. Oh, this looks really nice in gold. It probably only has like 5 durability anyway because it's gold, but it should do. And I've just spotted an armadillo. And that's the 21st mob down. I'm just trying to think of all the other mobs I could get during the daytime in the overworld. Oh, an iron golem. We'll go for that. But you know what? I'm definitely not going to be able to one-shot that.
Nope.
It barely even did any damage. Oh, there's a cat as well and a villager. Oh, I've gone from not knowing which mobs to go for to finding 3 in a row. This guy's strong. So with him done, we can get the villager.
Huh?
Now they're all inside. Are you joking? There's one out and about. That's the villager done. And now we need to try and get this cat without it running away in time. There we go. Got the cat as well. All right, I'm just 1 mob away from upgrading to diamond, which I'm pretty excited about as that should be super powerful. And hopefully there should be some frogs in this area. There's one right there. But I want to quickly scan this swamp to see if there's another one. Yes, there is. Because if I grab some slime, I'll be able to breed them. And then we can get a tadpole and tick that one off. So now I need to fly all the way back over my base and over to my slime farm to grab some slime balls. And after that quick visit, it has turned to nighttime. And there should be a couple of swamp mobs around, such as the slime. Oh, it's just a mob fest down here now. Holy. After killing that slime, we can now upgrade to the diamond spear. And my first kill with it is going to be on the bog. All right, that trip took way too long. I mean, look, it's already the next day and I've cooked a bunch of turtle. I've already cooked a bunch of my time, so I need to hurry up because... Oh, there's a horse. Okay, we're still ticking things off. And there's also a mule right here. Or is that a donkey? Anyways, that was quite lucky because I have cooked a bunch of time, as I said. And I don't want to lose this race. All right, I'm back with the frogs. So let me give you some of that. And you some of that. Could you go any slower? I've got a race to win, man. Bro, if I lose because of this time, I swear. Now I've got to follow this guy all the way to some water. And there's none nearby. That's the diamond spear complete anyway, because we're now going to upgrade it to the netherite one. This guy's actually taking the mick. I don't think he's going to do anything. So you know what? Come on. Let's go find another one. Imagine those are the only 2 frogs here. Like, I'm actually going to lose my mind. Did I just see one here? Yes, there is. Oh my god. And it's right next to the water. Okay, cool. I think you've already had... We'll have to do the tadpole later. Anyway, we can now take this diamond spear, craft a smithing table, grab a netherite ingot, and just like that, we've got the netherite spear. All right, now, this thing should be deadly. So although the frogs brought mass disappointment and completely chalked a bunch of time, I think it's time we switch it up and head into the nether, because there are a bunch of mobs in here that we can tick off, like the ghast, the strider, and the zombie piglin. They're not even mad at me. That guy was. And next I'm going to head up to the roof of the nether to my gold farm, and I'm going to dismantle this enchantment setup because Mojang decided to break the gold XP farm, which is really upsetting, to be honest. But it's not too bad because instead we can head a few thousand blocks away to my wither skeleton farm, which should work exactly the same, but I just have to hit them myself. And then we'll just extend this platform out a little bit. Damn, this thing is really working well. There's too many of them that are spawning that they're actually entity cramming and killing each other. But now I'm going to have to try and kill them from here. It's going to be a really dumb idea. Oh, a mob kebab. Hit 5 mobs in the same charge attack using the spear. Nice. So now if I grab some of my lapis, we can officially enchant... That is an awful enchantment. We can officially enchant... Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Lunge. Look at that. Boom. I feel so deadly now with this thing. And I can finally finish my sentence. We can officially enchant the netherite spear. But as cool as this is, it is not at its final form. So I'm going to take this enchantment table away, fly back to the overworld, set it up again over here, and then craft a bunch more diamond spears, then enchant them all at level 30 to try and get every single enchantment. And then I'm going to combine them to make the most overpowered diamond spear before combining it with the netherite one. Well, a phantom wants to... Oh my. This thing is lethal. And that's without combining it with all the enchantments. I think I've come up with the cure for phantoms. What the... Anyway, this is what I came up with the diamond spear. And it's got all of the best enchantments on it. So let's upgrade it to a netherite one. And then come over here and combine it to create this insane weapon. I literally feel untouchable now. This thing is insane. Literally the best spear you can get. Apart from one enchantment, which requires me to get some paper, craft a book, wipe out a spider as I enter the big village ahead, and then grab a mending book. Bruh. This guy? Yes, okay. Now grab a mending book. And then we'll fly back, throw in the spear, throw in the mending book. And that is officially the best spear you can get in Minecraft. So with one of the most overpowered weapons of all time, I can now easily wipe out every mob in the game. So I'm going to turn my focus into putting the ones I've yet to kill into groups, ranging from easy to hard. But first, I want to quickly tick off the rest of the nether mobs. That way I don't have to worry about swapping dimensions and wasting unnecessary time. So let's start off with the magma cube. Then head over and find a bastion because I need to kill the piglin brute. And honestly, I've got this in the medium category, but it might as well be in the hard category because they are pretty tough to kill and they can hit you for a ton of damage. There's one down there, which is perfect because he's out in the open. So if I equip my elytra and fly down... Oh, we didn't kill him. And now I'm burning. All right, that counts. And I'm just going to try and not die. But now that the piglin brute has been killed, I can go ahead and get out of here. And on the way back, I'm going to kill the hoglin and the blaze. Which leaves me with just one more nether mob to get, and that is the happy ghast, which means I need to get a dried ghast, and instead of flying around and wasting a bunch of time looking for one, I'm going to use a much faster method. That involves grabbing some soul sand and then killing a bunch of ghasts to get their ghast tears. Okay, let's try to craft this thing. It's just one soul sand in the middle, surrounded by ghast tears. And yes, it actually worked. Right, now let's put it in the ground with some water, and it should grow over time. But time I do not have. So as it is now night, I'm going to fly over to the desert and look for some of the easy mobs, such as the husk. And oh, the camel husk. This is the first time I've seen it, so I guess I got to kill it.
Oh, baby, a triple!
I took out the 2 husks on the camel husk and the camel husk itself. That was crazy. I've spotted a parched. And there it goes. And here's a villager outpost. So let's get the pillager ticked off if we can find one. Here we go. Wait, how did that arrow just... What? Let's set these iron golems free from captivity. Yo, he went flying. Yo. Now, as we're officially over 50% of the way done, I think it's a good time to check in with Lockdown and see how he's doing. Yo.
What's up? So how far along are you?
I am 50% of the way through after 4 Minecraft days.
Oh, okay. I'm 7 days in and I've killed 67 mobs. So I've only got 20 left.
Oh, okay. So you're almost there, but you've spent more time than me. So yeah.
It might actually be close.
We've also got like the RNG of
Ooh.
like getting the sniffer and things like that and the wandering trader.
I know that's going to make all the difference.
Let's see who the Minecraft gods bless.
Yep. Good luck.
Right. Good luck, bro. I am going to wipe the floor with him. I'm just kidding. Let's get back to it because we've got a lot of mobs still to go. I could do with killing this guy or having the mobs take him out before me so I can get this ominous bottle and then I can start a raid. Oh, there's also allays. I didn't see those originally. So if we let these guys out and... That is a good start, but I want to be a lot faster. So I'm going to go around to this ocean area where I know there's definitely some mobs here, like the tropical fish, some cod. Oh, and the nautilus. This is the brand new mob. Oh, it attacks back. It doesn't stand a chance. And yes, we found a puffer fish. I thought that was going to be a lot harder. Now I need to look for one of my personal favorite animals, the dolphin. I've spotted a goat up on the mountain. Oh, wait, it's just me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Here's the actual goat. It's not an ocean mob, obviously, but I saw a snowy mountain, so deal with it. And before I go back to the ocean, I may as well do this. Oh, wait, I've got to carve it. Boom. There we go. Now I can head back to the ocean to try and find a zombie nautilus or an ocean monument, because in an ocean monument, we can get the guardian and the elder guardian done. Well, I didn't find just one. I found 2 ocean monuments. This should be interesting. Oh, we missed. No. Oh, we did it. Nice. That's the guardian down. Now we need to get the elder guardian. And we need to mine in quickly before we get mining fatigue. I don't think I've been here before. Oh, I have been here before. Great. I've searched this one, but maybe there's one over here. No signs of anything yet. Surely there's got to be one in here, man. There's no way I would have... Yep, here he is. Yeah, the spear's not going to work in slow motion, is it? Why am I being so stupid? Oh, it does damage. All right, we might have to back up for a second. I might be in trouble. Oh, no. The game wants me to fail, but I will not. Okay, yeah. No, I'm going to die. This is not good. I'm also drowning, which does not help. And I've just blocked myself in like an absolute donut.
One eternity later.
Okay, finally, right. Let's heal up. I've got an idea. I found some golden apples in some of the chests when I was flying around, so I should be able to get some more health from that. And now it's just a case of killing him as quick as I can. There we go. Right, he's done. I've still got 3 minutes of mining fatigue left, so that ender chest is going to have to stay here, unfortunately. But now I've got to find my way out. The exit's got to be around here somewhere. Come on. Oh, not another one.
Not another one?
Oh, let's go. I found the exit. Get me out of here. And I am free. Right, for the ocean mobs, the only thing left is the zombie nautilus, which hopefully will just spawn on my way back. But then as for the easy mobs, these are the ones we've got left. And I'm feeling pretty confident we can do them quite quickly. The zombie nautilus, not so much, as I've been looking around this area for quite a while. And drowns have spawned, just not with the zombie nautilus. And the only nautiluses I've seen are the regular boring ones. What is that noise? No way! That luck is insane. Let's go. That, oh my, that RNG is crazy. I just heard him throwing tridents around. I don't even know where he was throwing them at, but oh man, let's go. Man, I'm so happy with that. It took a bit of time, but it was definitely worth it. Now let's fly down here and I want to try and find a bat. I found one straight away. Yo. And a witch? Let's go. My luck is insane right now. Then as we wait for the happy gas to grow up, let's grab some copper and then do this, this, and this. And we got a copper golem. And unfortunately for him, not anymore. And I got bored of waiting pretty quickly, so I instead went looking for a trial chamber. We'll take a polar bear along the way. And another wandering trader. Lockdown said he hadn't found one yet, so unlucky my guy. I found 2 sets. And I believe somewhere around here, yeah, right here, there is a trial chamber. Oh, silverfish. Yes, I forgot all about these guys. Let's go. Hopefully we can find a breeze. Oh, there's everything but a breeze in here. Oh, here's the room, I think. Skeletons, spiders, breeze. And with those 2 medium level mobs ticked off, I went through and ticked off a bunch more on my way back home. And as we've just got a bunch more mobs done, I'm heading back into the nether to fly thousands of blocks away to an old portal that I made many videos ago where I first ever found the camel. There it is. And when we head through, we end up in a desert. And there is the village where I originally found a camel. Hopefully another one naturally spawns, or the world spawns in general. And it looks to me like this was a complete waste of time. But I guess to make sure it wasn't, I can grab this ominous bottle from my ender chest and start a raid. They're ringing the bell. It's time. Should be able to kill the Vindicator, the Evoker, the Ravager, and the Vex. And I guess if I'm lucky, at some point a camel might spawn when it turns to daytime. Anyway, back to the raid, and I guess it's time for a montage. Well, that's the raid ended, and I didn't win, but that's because I was so focused on killing everyone with this spear. But we did manage to kill all of the raid mobs, and I'd like to add to those, so I'm going to craft a brush, because I remember getting a sniffer egg from somewhere around here in some suspicious sand. There's some right there, and if we get lucky, I really hope we do get lucky. Please give me a sniffer egg. Is it? Oh my, yes, I've got so lucky here. Let's go. I'm getting so lucky in this video. All right, before heading back to base, let's first look for another desert village just in case there is a camel. There's a temple. I'm going to waste my time trying my luck though. Oh, not chapel. The only thing that could top this would be if a camel spawned, but also if I found a panda. This is the exact place a panda would spawn, but I don't think a panda has spawned. Oh, come here, boy. He's a strong boy, but he's now ticked off the list. And I still need to find that camel. So I'm going to head back into the nether, break this portal, and then fly away and use a website called Chunkbase to locate a desert village far, far away in chunks that I've never loaded in. Then when we get to the coordinates, we build a new portal. What is that? How have I done this then? Okay, well, this will work, but still looks goofy as hell. Yes, there is a village. And there is the camel. Let's go. Boom. Oh, I am so happy I got the camel done. I felt like that was going to take a lot longer than it did. But another reason for me choosing this area on Chunkbase is because about 500 blocks this way, there should be a savannah village. Yep, right over there. And what spawns in savannas? The llama, or at least it's supposed to. Well, I can't seem to find a llama anywhere, but there is a nitwit, which is a bit rarer, but apparently not in this case. It doesn't matter now anyway, because it's nighttime and they won't spawn at night. But I have spotted a couple horses, and over here somewhere there was a donkey. So if I manage to tame both of them and then breed them, they will spawn the mule. I first need to tame them using carrots, which I luckily have with me. So let's tame ourselves a horse. Finally, he took half a stack. So now I'm even more deadly with this spear because I've got a horse. Oh, parkour. Parkour! And now I need to find the mule wherever that was. Oh, right here. Now, if I feed them both a golden carrot, they should activate love mode, as Mojang calls it. And here we go. There's the mule. Not sure why I was so excited about that mule, as if it was some rare mob, but there we go. The sun is rising again, and I've not given up on this llama. So I'm going to keep flying around until, hopefully I find one. Well, I didn't manage to find the llama, so I'll have to try again soon. But for now, I want to focus on growing this happy ghast. And whilst it grows, I'm going to place down the sniffer egg on some moss, because apparently it grows in just 10 minutes instead of 20 as if it was on grass. And instead of
just hanging around.
I'm going to try and spawn an endermite. That's the endermite wiped out. And I don't feel like I can afford to just stand around and wait because after all, this is a race. So I'm going back into the nether again and I'm looking for a hoglin somewhere. Here's 2. So now I'm going to build a portal, send them through. Oh, why are they scared of it? I'll grab a lead and then this should work. Then as we get through to the other side, it should be... Huh? Yeah, it should turn into a zoglin. Wait, where's it gone? Either that skeleton's just killed him or he's gone back through. I'm hoping he's here on the other side. He is. Cool. Hey! I'm trying to read, bro. The man's got a spear. Right, now that's done, I can take my ender chest and fly back to my other portal. And then once these 2 have grown, there's only going to be the llama left from the easy section, which I'm actually going to move to medium because if it was easy, I would have found it by now. Oh, it started to hatch. And all I can do now is just stand around and wait. Yo, it's the Ghastling. I was fully expecting the sniffer to hatch and then this guy just comes out of nowhere. And instead of waiting for him to turn into a big happy ghast, we can speed up the process because I've heard if you feed it snow... Oh, not snow blocks. I guess it needs to be snowballs. All right, let's feed this thing and... The sniffer's here, and so is the happy ghast. I feel bad I'm about to wipe him out because he's so happy, but winning this challenge would make me even happier. This guy's trying to escape already, but unfortunately for you, sniffer, it's the end of the road for you too. And with those 2 now off the list, it means the medium section only has 5 mobs left. There's the llama, the creaking, mushroom, shulker, and the tadpole. And I'm pretty sure in a previous video, I found a mushroom island like thousands of blocks this way. So it's time to find out. And for those of you wondering why I went to that snowy mountain to get more snowballs instead of just mining the blocks I had, I didn't want to ruin my custom snowy biome, so I just replaced the blocks and then got more nearby. Anyway, let's continue looking for that mushroom island. And here it is. Let's find a mushroom. And that is that one done. And as I'm thousands of blocks away from home, I may as well check Chunk Base to see if there's some windswept hills around here because we've almost done every mob and I still need this llama. Apparently there's some not too far away, so we'll have a look. Oh, this wasn't planned and it's nighttime, so llamas won't spawn anyway, but the creaking will. And you would be right in thinking, how is he going to kill the creaking when it's invincible? Well, I've got a plan. I first need to locate the creaking heart, but it doesn't seem like any creakings are actually around here. And there weren't, so this was just a waste of time. Unless I could find a llama nearby. Let's go! We found them! They actually exist in my world. Definitely shouldn't have been as hard as it was, but the llama is eliminated. And now I'm going to head back home, which is thousands of blocks away. And I wasn't expecting this at all. I was just flying straight through the sky over the ocean. And then I found this swamp and it has some frogs. So let's grab our slime balls, breed them, and they've created the frog spawn, which means that when this hatches, we'll get our tadpole. I hope this doesn't take too long though, because I still need to get that creaking. But I've got no other choice than to wait. And here we go. The tadpoles are here. There's only 2, I think. But we only need 1. And wait, what am I taking it for? Right, now I literally am in a race to get back because it's just turned to nighttime whilst I was waiting for that. And I'm in a rush because I need to get back, grab some obsidian, craft yet another flint and steel, as well as some TNT, head to the nether roof, fly to some specific coordinates, and then build a new portal which should take us to the Pale Gardens. All right, it's still night, so we still have time. And... oh, why do I get chills every time I see this guy? Okay, this mob is literally, look, is unkillable. He's not even phased. A creeper just blew up behind him. He doesn't care. Doesn't take damage, but he didn't like that. So all I need to do... yo, please chill, man. This is scaring me. So this is where the creaking heart is. And this is the only way of killing... where's he gone? This is like Slenderman from like 2000... it's daytime. No! That is literally heartbreaking. I was seconds away from destroying this creaking heart with the spear. And all I would have had to do is put a TNT block there, a button here, and then when you lunge at the button, it sets off the TNT and it breaks the creaking heart, which kills the creaking. But he's gone. And to be honest, I don't have time to stand around for 20 minutes waiting for this creaking to respawn. So now I need to head back home and get over to my end portal as quick as I possibly can. Because my plan is to get to the end, kill the shulker, then head all the way back and kill the creaking. Here is my amazing end portal. And this is the first time I've been back to the end since I built this insane end transformation. So my goal is to fly out into this never-ending abyss and hopefully just get lucky finding an end city. Already? That was so quick. Now please, for the love of God, have a shulker box somewhere. I hear him. Let's head for this one. There we go. The shulker's done. Now we have to fly all the way back. Obviously after taking the loot from the end ship. And we can actually use this gateway. I forgot about that, which has hopefully saved me a bit of time. Okay, cool. It's still daytime and we've got time to get back to the other portal. And here we go. The sun is setting. Now I'm going to look around and hopefully a creaking spawns nearby. All right, there's no creaking spawning in this area, so I might just take my button, take my TNT, and hopefully one will spawn a little further away. Oh, there's one here. They blend in so well. Oh, there's two. Okay, that's clearly the tree. And just to prove to you guys, this literally does nothing.
Oh no!
Yo, I'm going to die. Oh, get me out of here quick. Holy. The mobs are making it so hard. Right, there's a creaking heart. Okay, need to do this quick. Where's the button? Button's here. So theoretically, if I use a spear, there we go. It pointed at the button. Blow it up. There we go, the creeper. The creeper? The creaking is dead. Finally, let's go home. Man, it feels good to be back. And that is all of the medium mobs completely done. In fact, we're now up to a total of 83 out of 87 mobs complete, with the only ones left being the really hard ones. But the 4 left now are the 3 bosses, the Ender Dragon, the Wither Boss, and the Warden, and one completely based on RNG, the Skeleton Horse. So I'm going to start with the easiest, which is the Wither Boss. And to spawn it in, I'm going to need skulls from a Wither Skeleton farm. Then instead of doing it on the roof of the Nether like most people, I'm going to do it around here where I know it can thunderstorm. But it's safe to say I could be waiting a very long time for a thunderstorm to even start. So I may as well do this while I wait. But regardless, it's day 14 and it's time to fight the Wither Boss. And with each hit, we ended up getting higher and higher until we got to like Y level 500. But that is the Wither Boss defeated. Now I'm going to move on to the next easiest mob, and that is the Ender Dragon. Because thunderstorms are clearly making the Skeleton Horse spawn very difficult, and the Warden is the Warden. Now, if you've seen my last video, you'll know that I spent months building this end transformation, and spawning in the Ender Dragon could mean that my end would look something like this afterwards. So to avoid that, I'm going to take my world, make a copy, and then defeat the Ender Dragon on there with the spear. And if you don't like that, well, you can kick rocks, because I'm not building that for 3 months again. Anyway, I need 4 ghast tears. Thank God for looting free. Then I'll craft the end crystals. And now it's time to fight the Ender Dragon. All right, let's place down these crystals, which are going to respawn the towers and also the Ender Dragon. Wait, I forgot to even break the crystals. Am I stupid? Oh, that was a bad idea. Yeah, don't use the spear on the crystals. God damn. There we go. The dragon is defeated, and so is my dragon. So we'll leave this world, and back on my original world, the dragon is completely untouched. So let's hop back through, and that dragon fight took 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So once I've killed the final 2 mobs, I'll stand around for that time at the end to add to the total day count. But whilst it's not raining, I may as well fly off and try to find an ancient city that I've been to before, because it's time to face the dreaded Warden. I've stocked up on totems just in case things go south, but here is the entrance to a cave, and I'm pretty sure this will lead us down to an ancient city. Here's 2 shriekers. Come on in, Warden. Where are ya? Come and fight me. Oh, not that close. Not that close. Every time feels like a jump scare. Oh no. What the hell? He just insta-kills you? I clearly need to like hit him without hitting him, if that makes sense. There was a clean hit. And another one. Ooh. I'm literally risking my entire world right now trying to kill this guy. I've got to be close now, surely. I don't even remember which one's which now. I've got 4 mad wardens. I don't think this is doable, folks. Okay, I've got a new plan. I left the ancient city and I've found just one guy down here. So the new idea is to get a warden up to ground level using a water elevator, and then it's just a straight up 1v1. Now I need to fly back home, grab some glass, harvest some kelp, and then fly back. All right, now I'm at the bottom. I'm gonna line up and just break these blocks, replace them with soul sand, and build a glass cage to hold the water for the warden to go through. Then I'll fly back to the top, place water sources in each corner. Then at the bottom, I need to place kelp like this all the way up. So now if I break the kelp at the bottom, we should start to see some bubbles, and we've got ourselves a bubble column. Very hard to get back down, so I'm gonna have to mine back down. And now all I need to do is get a warden to follow me up here. Given my track record of spawning wardens like there's no tomorrow, it shouldn't be too difficult. That's quite perfect. In fact, I need him to be angry at me. Oh, follow me. Oh my God. He should be right behind me. Oh my God, he is. He's so strong. Okay, the warden is above ground. Right, now I can go for him like I was before. Let's go. Oh, so many totems popped for that. That was absolutely crazy. But that is the Warden defeated. We've now done 86 out of 87 mobs. So now it's up to the RNG. Has it actually been that long that a wandering trader has spawned before any sort of thunderstorm? What is this? Anyway, eventually, this is it. Oh my God. I was sitting editing the video and it's finally raining. I just need to hear thunder. I mean, it is still daytime technically, but I think I should be able to go around and start seeing mobs. Thunderstorm! Thunderstorm! Please just be a skeleton horse somewhere. Come on. There's a zombie horse. I want a skeleton horse. I think it might be chalk, honestly. I don't think there is one. And despite frantically looking around in the hopes of finding a skeleton horse, the rain stopped, which means I had to go back to AFKing for literally hours. And finally, after many Minecraft days, it started to rain. Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. It's raining again. Please be thunderstorm. I've waited over 4 hours. There has to be something, please. I've never been so happy to see you, Thunder. I mean, you don't see Thunder, but you know what I mean. I've got a feeling this is my last chance to win. There's no way it took this long for Lockdown Storm to start. So whilst fearing that I'd already lost this challenge and a forfeit would be facing me, I didn't give up hope, and I continued to look for the super rare skeleton horse. I'm so happy I could cry right now. Oh my. It's done! Let's go! Alright, a few days have passed since I finished this challenge, and I've definitely calmed down since then. In fact, I'm pretty certain that I've lost this challenge, but there's only one way to find out.
Are you ready?
I don't think I am, bro. I don't think I am.
No, me neither. Oh.
Alright, let's count down.
Should we do 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
31
days.
Let's go!
Oh my God!
Go!
Oh my God!
Let's go!
What the
Come on! Let's go! Oh my God.
God.
That's like 20-minute difference. Oh my God.
That is actually crazy. What the hell?
I'm so gassed right now.
The Wandering Trader actually lost this for me.
I thought the skeleton horse ruined it for me. I've not been that hyped in a long time, bro.
I'm very upset. Yeah, congratulations.
All right, now you've got a choice. Either I join your world and throw away your dragon egg, or you donate $100 to charity.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna donate $100. I want my dragon egg.
So there we have it. I managed to beat Lockdown, and that is every single mob in Minecraft killed with the spear. There are some mobs in Minecraft that are so rare that you might not have even known they existed. So in my mission to collect everything in Minecraft, I'm going to collect every rare mob, starting with the easy ones, all the way up to the ultra rare ones that you've probably never even heard of. And for the first mob I'm going to collect, I need to head over to my end portal, temporarily break it, to find this guy. I don't know the exact odds of this guy spawning, but I do know that they're astronomically low. So let me guide him up this staircase, and then to somewhere I know he'll be safe, and where I can showcase him with the rest of the rare mobs. And what better place than to put it with all of the other mobs I've already collected by creating a tunnel in the center here. Then around it, I'm going to build a bunch more pods, and house all of the mobs that have been brought into Minecraft since I last recorded the video of collecting every mob, including all of the variants. And I don't fully trust myself to get this guy over to here yet, so I might just build him somewhere safe to hang out for now. So first up, I'm going to focus on the easy mobs, which will then give us a space for the tunnel in the middle. So let's start by carving out a bunch more pods. And the first mob I want to focus on is this guy. Because whilst I already have a sheep, I also want to collect one of every single color. So let's head on over to what used to be my sheep farm of every color. And yeah, I needed a ton of black wool in my last video. Now, I think the smartest way of doing this is just by letting some of them out. Not all of you, though. You need about 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe 2 more. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, guys. Nope. Probably got too many, but it's nothing my axe can't solve. All right, here we go. Time to bring every single color of sheep across the bridge. And with this being the final one, let's get it into this pen of sheep. Sheep. I don't know at this point. But they can't just stay here. We need to get them down into the wall. And the best way of doing that safely is going to be by building a dirt staircase. And now I can go ahead and mine out each of these pods to make room for the mobs. Bruh. I am not dealing with mining fatigue this whole time, so it's time to go, sir. guess I'll just have to get another one later on. That should be fun. Now I can finally mine in peace, but this is the last pod, so I don't know if it was actually worth it or not. Anyway, it's time to decorate, so I need some grass blocks. And now I'm going to recreate this very simple design that I did for the sheep in the original collecting every mob video, because it's the same mob, just in different colors. Alas, it's time to get all 15 of these sheep into their pods. And there's no time to waste, so let's get them all down the staircase one by one. And now that they're all in, I can do a quick editing transition to make it easier to see which color is in which pod. Apart from the bottom right one, which is empty because there aren't any other colors of sheep that I can put in. And for that final pod to make it symmetrical, I'm going to head all the way back over to my bank, and around here somewhere an armadillo should spawn. There we go, there's one. And here it is back at the base. Now let's put him in a temporary box, and I got rid of the staircase, so I'm going to have to build a platform at the bottom with water in somewhere so he doesn't just plummet to his death. This should do. Now we've just got to try our luck. And what will happen if I just sort of like push him off? Is that going to go well? Oh, please. Yes, he's still alive. Now I can block this up, and there we go. He goes straight in. To finish it off, I'm going to remove the border and replace it with some terracotta. Why do I say that word so posh? Terracotta. But yeah, there's the armadillo done. Now it's cool to have them all there, but they took kind of a long time to get, and I want to get these ones done even quicker so we can move on to the super rare ones, as they're definitely the more exciting mobs to collect. So let me first get the axolotls, the brown, the yellow, and the blue. Then the blue parrot, the lime parrot, the grey parrot, the red parrot, green frog, orange frog, the breeze, which was super annoying to take back, and then the bogged, which luckily doesn't shoot you when you're in the boat with it. But I have managed to get them all back to the wall of mobs, which I guess is what we're calling this now, with all the parrots, the breeze, the axolotls, and the bogged. And don't worry, I haven't lost the frogs. They are just chilling over here. So once again, it's time to mine out all of these pods to fit them in.
Boring.
The ghast's legs are coming through the ceiling? You good, bro? Now all the pods are mined out, I can go ahead and decorate them for their environments that I got them from. For example, for the breeze, I'm going to build a mini trial chamber. For the axolotl, something similar to a lush cave, a mangrove-ish swamp for the bogged, something mud-inspired for the frogs, jungle pods for the parrots, and then a snowy/ice one for the green frog because that's where I got it. But those are the 11 pods now done. And with them all fully decorated, I can build a platform to jump down onto. There's the first one, and here is the second one in a less cold pod. Next up is the breeze, and I've already got a feeling this one's going to be super painful to try and get inside of his pod. Please just jump in here, man. He's going to blast himself off, isn't he? That sounded super sus. I didn't mean it like that. Just come in here, bro. Ah, now you're trapped. Okay, now it's officially trapped. I'm just happy it's inside and I don't have to deal with him anymore. All right, next up we've got the parrots, and wait. Yo, these three are balling out. 3 skeletons in full gold armor is crazy. But I'm going to get these guys out one by one, wait for them to teleport to me. Then we sit him down, and there's 1 out of 4. That was so much easier than I thought. So let's get the rest of them in. Where's this man going? Brother, what? Why? Oh. Now that the parrots are done, I can grab the axolotls, and these will be super easy to put in because it's literally just the case of breaking the glass and placing them into the water. Now, I believe the last mob without a home is the bog, so let's break this and let's get him over to the right area. And I've realized I don't actually need water. I thought I was dropping a lot of that. Oh, nice. All right, let's get him into here. Then we're going to break the boat, trap him in. He's climbing the tree. He's about to do a trick shot. Good MLG bogged. And that's all of the easier mobs collected from this update. Now it's time to upgrade my world to the newest version. And right as I was doing that, 2 hours earlier, Minecraft released a brand new update, the Mounts of Mayhem. This has definitely been upgraded. I mean, look at all the glass, the grass. Yeah, I need to change some settings, that's for sure. There we go. That looks a lot better. We've upgraded the world with all of the mods I need. So let's keep up the pace, starting with the copper golem, and then go looking for some warm mobs, starting with the cow, pig, and chicken, and then get the cold variations for each of them too. Then moving on, we're going to go with the rabbits, which has quite a few variations for, like the white rabbit, the brown rabbit, black and white, salt and pepper, and another cream one because when I give it this name tag, it completely changes color. But here are all the rabbits in their pods, as well as the warm and cold cows, pigs, and chickens. And before decorating their habitats, I'm on the hunt for all the different types of wolves, like this rusty wolf, the woods wolf, chestnut, black wolf, striped, spotted, ashen wolf, and the snowy wolf, which took absolutely forever to find, but after a while I found them. Anyway, here's all of them back at the base. Now I just need to go and get all of the cats. Probably shouldn't have said that in front of them. Now there's 12 cats in total, but I've already got 2 because I've got the ocelot and the British shorthair, which is a really weird name for it. But you find the cats in villages in all the different biomes. So hopefully there's 1. There's 2. Okay, this is easier than I thought. Oh no, I've already got one like you. No, 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 no. Oh my, that was close. So that's 1 down and 9 to go. Here's number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here are all of the dogs and all of the cats, which genuinely took me hours to get. And they are the reason that my nether roof now looks like this, swamped with nether portals. But this is every single variant of the cats and dogs, which is pretty cool. Now I just need to get them from over here to somewhere down there. And before I do, I'm going to get some cod or salmon so I can tame the cats. And I can't use my sword or spear because it has flame. And the cats are fussy. They don't like cooked fish. Can't say I blame them. Who likes fish anyway? All right, hopefully this is enough to feed them. I don't know if you can... Can you? Yes, you can tame them in boats. Nice. Oh, this is more than enough. Oh, dogs like fish too? What's wrong with you guys? Oh, I didn't even mean to do this. We got baby cats and dogs. Here's an imposter. Yeah, get him. Get him. I've got a little army with me. This is so sick. And it should work the same as the parrots. So if I build a platform down here, have them stand up, and then fly back down to the platform, they should teleport to me. Yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. Now I've just got to do that for every single cat and every single dog until they are all secured in their pods. And now that they are, I need to decorate each and every one of them. Okay, I am super happy with how this has turned out. Every single pod so far has been renovated, and we've almost doubled the size of the entire thing. But I realized when I was doing it, I've forgotten 2 mobs. There are 3 other variants of the llama that I need to get, and it turns out there's 35 variants of the horse. So overall, it's not going to be this big. It's going to be the entire wall. So let's get this carved out, I guess, because not a single mob is going to be left out in this video. I mean, hopefully not anyway. Right, now all of those pods have been mined out. I'm going to fly off and try and find the llamas as quick as I can. I've already got the creamy variant of the llama, which means I now need to find the brown, grey, and white. Here are the white ones. Let's get them on a leash, and it looks like they all want to come with me. Okay, let's get them back. Nice. We found the brown llamas too. Now we just need the grey. So I went searching and searching and searching, but I had no luck until... Oh my god! I think I played Minecraft for at least 10 years at this point, probably longer, and I've never found a pink sheep. Never. This is so cool! Oh no! Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is better than a grey llama. Oh my. This is one of the rarest things I've ever found in this game. And I've collected most things, so let's go! Oh, my heart right now. No, not like this. Okay, it's still alive. Thank God. Come with me. We need to get you to safety. I'm literally in utter disbelief. I just got the rare pink sheep naturally spawned in my world. That's 1 mob from the ultra rare category collected. There's still a bunch more I need to find later in the video. Some that are almost impossible to find. So make sure you stay to the end to see those. I'm back on the hunt, and I don't know if these are grey or white. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. I mean, it looks pretty grey. I guess I'll just bring one back and compare it to the white one I found. Why did the llamas all follow each other? Like, what? I only need 1. I don't need all 4 of you. Into the portal you go. And yeah, it's definitely the grey one. Now I've got every variant of llama. And right over here next to the llamas, I've got 3 different horses. I found them when I was looking for the llamas, so I brought them back via the nether roof. And I've got quite the task ahead of me because I need every single variation and every single color. And I didn't realize how easy it would be to find so many horses at once because they travel around in packs. And after roughly 1 hour of searching, I actually found quite a lot of them. Right here, there's 18. And to get the rest, I'm going to have to spend the next few hours breeding them all together to get each combination until I have all 35 variants of the horse. Well, apart from this guy, because I've already got him. These took absolutely ages to get, a lot longer than I thought, but now it's time to get them all down into their pods. Oh! Great. Let's try that again and try not to get this one killed. Okay, I was a bit nervous about that one, but now I've got the hang of it. I'm going to move every single color of horse as well as every single variant until they're all in their respective pods, apart from 1. And that space is reserved for the zombie horse. Need to take out the zombie first, and then we bring it back. Wait, I wonder if I can ride it. Oh, you can! I didn't think you could. Let's go! All right, we've made it back. Let me line this up and get it into its pod. Yes, okay. Just like that, we have 1 pod remaining. So we need to head into the nether, pop a few balloons, grab a piece of soul sand, and then craft the dried ghast. Then I'll go ahead and place it inside here, and then work on all the decorations before it grows up and just gets in the way. And right on cue, here is the Ghastling. I'll feed it some snowballs so it grows up quicker into the Happy Ghast, which, yes, I have named as the Happy Balloon. And with everything collected so far, it's time to go ahead and decorate all the pods for the horses, so it's not just a big deep slate mess. And here we go. Here is every single easy mob found in Minecraft. Every sheep, every horse, pretty much everything. So now I can move on to creating a tunnel down here and collecting every rare mob. So first up, I need to build this circle, and it's completely off center. Let's give that another go. Now that I've actually got it right, I need to dig out a tunnel and make sure it goes back far enough to fit a bunch more mobs in. Not just a few, I'm talking a lot. And you probably would have thought I would have got most of them in this section, but to kick things off in here in the rare section, I'm getting every single type of villager. In total, there are 105 villager variants from the occupations to the biome types, and they're going in the rare section because it's kind of rare to have every single one. Now, luckily for me, I have the giant villager head, which when you get inside, I've got an automatic villager breeder. With that, I've also got every biome type of villager, but I need about 15 of each, and I currently just have one of each. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to get one librarian of each. I'm not going to get one that does every single book trade. I mean, what do you think this is? But I'll get a librarian for the swamp, the jungle, the snowy one, the regular one, desert, taiga, and savanna. I think the best way of going about it is starting with the plains villagers, and then use nether portals to go to different biomes and link the portals together. So once I've got enough of each, I can bring them back super quick. First up, I need to grab some obsidian, break this portal, and then rebuild it down here. How have I... And now it's time to get some villagers in through the portal. Let's get a second one as well, which apparently doesn't need the boat. But he is on the run. Come back. And with all that set up, let's grab some more villagers and drag them on through. I then also went around and took some of the plains villagers that had trades inside the villager head because I ran out. And it seems as though this farm isn't as fast or efficient as I need it to be. It takes roughly 20 minutes for each villager to grow up, and I don't want to stand around here waiting all day. So it looks like I'm going to have to do this the good old-fashioned way and just invade a bunch of villages, take all their villagers, and bring them back to be part of my museum. But before I do that, I do have 14 of the plains villagers, with the 15th being the nitwit. And luckily for me, in the last video, I actually found 2, and I'm pretty sure I left it in a boat somewhere so it didn't despawn. Yep, there it is. Sorry, man. And instead of dragging him thousands of blocks away back home, you guessed it, we're going straight through another portal. And doing this process again for every other villager type is gonna take forever. I've got like 90 more to collect. So instead, here's a montage of me getting all of the other villager types and bringing them to the rare mob tunnel. Okay, as The Rock would say, finally, the villagers have come back. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I've got all of the villagers. Literally 210 villagers are here right now. I even had to mine for more space, but as you can tell, I got pretty bored and didn't want to mine out the entire area, so I'm gonna have to get to that at some point. Now, you might be wondering why I've got 210 villagers instead of the 105. Well, that's because you can zombify the villagers. So naturally, instead of having just one zombie villager that doesn't have a job, Minecraft decided to add every type of villager job for every type of biome for the zombified villagers, therefore making my life so much harder. And this section here isn't going to mine itself, so here we go. And right in the middle of me mining, I heard a thunderstorm. So I grabbed the trident from my ender chest and then enchanted it until I got channeling. Here we go. Right. I only need one of you, so let me fly away real quick. And it looks like they died. So I'm going to need a water bucket to put... Oh my god, the sheep's still alive. The sheep's still alive. Okay, I need to do something. The sheep is safe again. So let's try one more time to lure it over here whilst there is a thunderstorm. Okay, cool. Please don't die. You just... Oh, man. All right, there's 2 new creepers over here, so let's try and get one of those. Okay, nice. We can let this one perish because we don't actually need 2, but we do need 1, and I don't know what to do in order to trap this thing. Maybe just spleef it. Spleef him. Spleef him even more. Spleef him even more! We're just gonna circle each other? Okay, buddy. Oh, I'm terrified. These things are so powerful. Can we... Yeet? No? Bang. Okay, he's trapped. I think I need a boat, and I don't know how I get close enough to Oh, he's in the boat. He's in the boat. He's in the boat. Yo, let's go. I just trapped the supercharged creeper. Now, it's not the rarest mob that I'm going to collect, but it is definitely one of the rarer ones. And along with the success of that, the tunnel is now fully mined out, which means I can get around to designing it. I think I'll start by removing this temporary dirt platform and have a big bridge going through the center so I can walk along and look at all of the villages on each side and then decorate each section with the biome that they're from. So we've got the plains, the swamp, the jungle, the desert, so on and so forth. And I forgot to say, whilst I was mining, I realized I needed a zombie to zombify all these guys, and up there is actually a zombie spawner. It wouldn't have been too hard to get a zombie, but that just makes things even easier. So now I've got to mine out all of the room behind the villages, and then mine a block so the zombies can actually get to them, build a bridge to the zombie spawner, wait for one to spawn, and lead it to all of the villages. But it seems that they can't actually reach. So for that, I'm going to come to the iron farm and build a ton of iron bars because they're small enough to reach over, and hopefully this should work. Spoiler alert, it did not work. So instead, I'm going to try trapdoors because the zombies should go towards them, and they did. The trapdoors actually work. So now to speed this process up, I'm going to bring even more zombies through and allow them to do their thing, infecting all of the villages. And now that they have all been zombified, it's time to make this place look a whole lot better. And to do that, I need to gather a bunch of materials from the biomes of which these villagers come from with all the different blocks and wood types. Because I want to split the villager segments into the biomes such as plains, swamp, jungle, and so on. And this is going to take a while to do, so time for another montage. The tunnel designed with every biome clearly indicated by the blocks around the villages. Right as I finished, there was a bunch of mobs here, but I got blessed because one of them is the invisible spider. I thought it was going to be harder and more time consuming to find, but I'll take it. Let's get it in a boat. Or not. That doesn't work. Maybe a name tag might. Hopefully that has worked. Now I'm just going to trap it in this wooden box and pray that it doesn't despawn. Now this looks great and all, but I'd like to actually be able to see the villagers. I feel really short standing down here. So I'm thinking of building a bridge to put me on the same Y level as them. That means it's time to collect more materials, which to be fair, I actually got from mining this whole tunnel out. And now with those, I can build the foundations, then build the platform itself, add some detail on the top as well as down below, and then finish it with some cool designs. Finally, let's get some water under the bridge, and boom, there we go. The bridge is complete and it's looking real nice. Shout out to my good friend Oxtro for helping me design this. He came up with all the cool details and the idea of the hanging dividers like these. That guy really is the goat of building. Anyway, the villagers are all now in place, but now we need some more room to complete the rare section. And right here is perfect. Just a simple should do the trick. And now I'm going to mine out enough pods for the rest of the rare mobs. Let's start out by releasing the invisible spider. There he is right there. And he should just follow me. Yeah, he's locked onto me. Now I'll just run towards his new area. This way, buddy. Block him in with deep slate because I forgot my glass panes. Bruh. Somehow I'm going to get him back in, but he's stuck to the ceiling. You know what? Here, have some of that. Now we replace the deep slate with the glass panes. No way. Brother died. No. All right, let's move to an easier mob to grab. Let's get a sheep, get him onto the bridge, into his habitat, and then apply the Jeb_name tag to make him multicolored. Actually looks so cool. And right after I grab this cow and get him into his pod, I'm going to create an even cooler looking one because I've got the dinner bone cow, which makes it go upside down. This just looks so goofy. Now, those two were really easy to do and it was really cheap material wise. But the next one is going to be very expensive and we're going to have to splash the cash in terms of some valuables. And now I've got the goods in my hotbar, we can head through to the nether. And I need to find a piglin, but one with a sword, not a crossbow. Here's one right here. And it's right next to this ruined portal, so it should be ideal to get him straight through to the overworld. All right, he's straight through. He should turn into a zombified piglin in any moment. There we go. Now we'll just put on the elytra too. Oh, I gave him a chest plate, not an elytra. I mean, he's still stacked out. It would have been cool with an elytra, but the chest plate actually looks really cool. Let's try getting him into a boat and then grab him like this. And I need to travel about 2,000 to 3,000 blocks just to get back home. Seems the netherite is a bit too heavy for him and I think it's just sinking him to the bottom. Right, he's invincible. Let's try it again, but somewhere closer to my home portal. And I found one I'm going to trap in. Right, he's stuck. Nice. I've got to try and survive this. Okay, so back to this guy. Let's throw him a helmet, pair of leggings, some boots, and an elytra. Yo, look Look at him. He looks so cool. All right, now we let him run towards us. And we have to rebuild the portal. And he's straight through. Okay, just look. You never see anything like this. This is insane. It should be really easy for him to just run in here, but he'll get juked out and boom. He is stuck in here. And we now have the richest piglin in all of Minecraft. Just look at him with that elytra on. All right, next up, I'm going to have to build a platform at the end of the bridge and then fill it in with water. So when I drop the mob down, it survives. And that mob is the supercharged creeper, which, oh my, why are there 2 more creepers there? Just hanging with him. What? Okay, now it's just this guy, and I'll be honest, I'm very nervous about getting him in because he could do a lot of damage if he blows up. And I'd also have to wait forever for another storm. Oh! What's a better way of doing this? Oh! Okay, he's off. Luckily, he doesn't die to the sunlight, so he can just walk all the way over here. And then when we get to this gap in the red concrete, he should hopefully just follow me down. No, he's not going to. Maybe I need to trap him in that general area or place water down. And the water comes the wrong way. Okay, the game's against me. I think if I can get him here, I can do this. Okay, cool. Now he's completely trapped here. What if I... Will that push him down? And he lives! Let's go! And if he just locks onto me, he should get out of the water. Yep, no sudden movements, and we should be fine. But here comes the tricky part. I've got to get him in here and run straight, block it up, and get around the front before he can blow up. So I need you in here. Right, now I need to... Boom. It's blocked in. Woo. Okay, he is trapped. Now, gradually, I think I can get around the back and place these blocks down for the design. And that is the charged creeper collected. And with that, I would now like to pick up the pace. So let's go hunt around for the ones there quick to find. Like this guy. And yes, he's not rare, but when you put him in a boat and then you sit with him, he's going to keep trying to shoot me until he runs out of arrows, which makes him a peaceful pillager. Now I need to let him shoot me about 250 times until the crossbow breaks. Then we trap him in, break the boat, and he's literally just a chill guy. So let's give him an appropriate name, and he is done. Next up, I'm going to be finding the screaming goat. And luckily for me, I have a goat farm right over here. So all I need to do now is decipher which one actually is the screaming goat. And there's really no strategy to this. I'm just going to go around and kill the ones I think aren't a screaming goat. And one by one, we should be able to find it. Oh, I think I accidentally just killed one of them. Trying to be a bit more careful this time. Okay, I've managed to get these goats down to a small number, and I need to work out one by one which one is the screamer goat. All right, they sound the same. There's no way I've got 2, so... Yes, it's him. Nice. I do need to make sure he doesn't get shot by this skeleton, though. Oh, he actually got shot. No way. Let's give the guy one of these. Oh, he did not like that. But it doesn't matter what you like, because now you're in a lead, and you're going to be heading to a brand new habitat. Huh? What? What? Why did I not anticipate he could jump that high? That was crazy. Okay, the screaming goat is in place. And to join the screaming goat, I need to come to a pale garden and look for a creaking heart. I've had to wait till nighttime for a creaking to spawn, and he should guide me to the tree, which is right here. Okay, now I'll take this creaking heart all the way back home. And then build my own mini pale garden pod. And now with this in place, a creaking has spawned over here. So if I turn around... Oh, yep, here he is. Now I apply a name tag so he doesn't despawn and then just trap him in. And that is the creaking ticked off the list. Well, I came to a swamp to look for a bogged again and... Yeah. Oh, what? Luckily, I've got some name tags with me, so let's give one to him and one to him. Fully enchanted copper skeleton on a spider. No! He got off! You son of a... Alright, now I'm just annoyed. I had 2 and now I've got none. So let's go back to the original plan of looking for a bog. There's one right here and he's in a boat. So let's get him all the way back home. Bait him into this pod. And now he's in the pod. I'm going to break this glass and give him a haircut. That's right. This bog is now rare because it's got a fresh trim. Looking good, my guy. And with being teased with the skeleton spider jockey, I now want to make that my next priority. They should just spawn randomly. So I'm just going to keep flying around. And just like that, there is one right here. And we need to name tag both of them again. Oh, well, that wasn't ideal. But they should both be name tagged. Oh. No! What is he doing? This is just not meant to be. Now we need to try and find another one. Finally, there's another one. That took multiple nights, but there is one here. No, you... I'm genuinely never gonna get one. But where there is a will, there is a way. I've got a new strategy, and basically, I've created a nether portal, which is linked to the nether roof. And I've put it in this massive open area in the desert to give me a much bigger chance of finding a spider jockey. And here is one right over here. So now he's just gonna run at me and attack me. And before placing the name tags, I want him to go through the portal, just in case one of these guys decides to kill it. Okay, I think it's through. It's time to find out. Yep, it's through. Nice. So let's get rid of the husks. And hopefully he just follows me over here and just straight through the portal. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Okay, cool. And it's here. Nice. You can do this. In fact, I'm that confident now. I'm going to give you a name tag each. Boom, spider. Boom, skeleton. All right, we're almost there. Come on. Let's get it up into this one. Okay, it's in. I'm just going to take a few arrow shots whilst I do this. Boom. It's in. No, don't die. I am in shock. So with that rage channeling through my veins, I was determined not to give up. I have finally done it. Let's go! Turns out I needed glass in the ceiling so it didn't suffocate, and water on the ground so it didn't take full damage. And now I have that knowledge, I need to go and find yet another one, give it a name tag, fire res potion, sleep through the night so that it's the only mob left around, and then get it all the way back safely into its pod. And the reason for needing another one is because I'm going to transform the skeleton that's riding the spider. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I need some powdered snow first, and I'll break the glass above, replacing it with the powdered snow. And as you can see, the skeleton's starting to shake, and that's due to the powdered snow being so cold. And after a little bit of time, it turns into a stray. And now they're both secure in their pods. I am done with finding spider jockeys, but I am getting towards the end of the rare mob section finally, which once I'm done, I can then move on to the very rare mobs. So let's head on over to a mushroom island, and thankfully I can actually use a lead on these guys, making it a lot easier to take back home. Now on my way here, I did notice a massive coral reef biome, and alongside the nautilus being one of the newest mobs, there's a rare variation called the coral zombie nautilus, which has just a 3% chance of spawning on Java Edition. And it really is rare because I've searched this entire warm ocean as well as over there, and I just can't seem to find it. So I'm gonna get in my boat and keep searching, I guess. I've seen something in the distance. Oh, let's go! No way, I finally found it. Oh, it's taken me so long to find. Right, now we've got to slay this guy. And then if we tame it with some puffer fish, first time's a charm. Put a saddle on it, and boom! We've got the rare coral nautilus. This took easily over an hour to find, but finally got it. And just as I've arrived back, it is starting to rain. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a thunderstorm. So I'm going to tie it to a fence gate for now so it doesn't swim away. And quickly fly back to the mushroom island and bring back a mushroom via the nether roof, because I don't want to miss out on a thunderstorm. Yes, is exactly what we need. Right, let's build a platform out to the rain. Grab the trident from my end chest. And then if I hit him with this, we've got a brown mushroom. Now I just need to get him into his pod, and that is the brown mushroom collected. Now, whilst there still is a thunderstorm, I would like to try and find a skeleton horse trap, because that is ultra rare. And it's not often that thunderstorms come around. Wait, oh my. So you're probably thinking, well, you've already got a supercharged creeper, not a naturally spawned one. Holy, that is insanely rare. Let's give him a name tag. Oh, I've got to figure a way of getting him back. But first, I want to try and find the skeleton horse trap. There it is. Okay, this is insane. My luck is incredible with this thunderstorm. Got a skeleton horse trap there and a naturally spawned supercharged creeper there from the lightning. So what I'm going to do is trigger the trap. Stop fighting each other. No, please. I need them to get down here. Spleef, for goddammit. Then apply a name tag onto each. Then hopefully they should just stay there. It might be easier to just sleep because they already have helmets, so they shouldn't burn. Right, now I need to spleef them. Okay. All right, I'm really not sure how to do this because they're not stupid. There we go. Got the attention of one. There we go. Awesome. Right, that's one trapped. Now I'm just going to put a roof over it and then try to do the same with the other one. Okay, I've got one trapped in there and one trapped in here. And the reason for two is just having the regular one with the jockey, and the other one will be turned into a stray like I did with the spider. As for this guy, yeah, it's going to be a bit more difficult. Hello, sir. Yes, he's in. Now, whilst they're all trapped in a safe place, I can turn my attention back to the rare mobs and fully finish them before I actually do move on to dealing with the ultra rare ones. And my next venture takes me into the nether, where I'm looking for a zombified piglin strider jockey. Apparently, there's about a 3% chance of this spawning, so it could take a little while to find. Or not, because there's one right here. I have to put up with the lava for a second so I can name tag him and him. Then I've got to craft a regular fishing rod before adding a warped fungus to it. Then if I jump on my own strider, I can go over to the jockey version, attach a lead, and off we go. I think this is now my favorite method of travel. This is so goofy and funny. Don't you dare, Garth. Bruh, we need to get out of here quick. Are you joking? You gotta be joking. I can't believe it. Like an AC-130, it just shot the piglin off the Strider. Well, looks like we gotta find another one. Oh, finally. And we go again. Finally got him all the way back home, and I feel kind of bad for the guy. I think he needs something warmer. So with some materials and a bit of magic, I've designed his pod so he feels a lot more at home, and then done that for the other rare mobs. Having the pod they're in reflect the habitat that they came from. Now we're very close to the end of the rare section. I just need to fill these 2 pods, and to do that, I need to change the date on my computer to Halloween. And you'll now be able to see that some of these mobs are wearing pumpkins on their heads. So here's a skeleton, and here is a zombie. I need to spleef him down and cover his head. Now I'm gonna sleep. Wait, what happened to my skin? What's going on? Good morning, zombie. Let's get you into a boat and eventually into your pod. With the zombie sorted, I'm going to repeat the same process with the skeleton. And that is both of them collected. Nice and easy. The final mob I need for this section is the invisible spider, which we had earlier on, but yeah. This one still hurts. And finding a new one is going to be very difficult because apparently there's a 0.5 to 2% chance of one actually spawning. So every time it's nighttime, I'm just going to be flying around and respawning mobs, I guess. I think I see it. Oh, that's got to be it, right? No, there's 2. I found 2 at once. Boom, boom. All right, let's sleep and get all the mobs away from them. I guess punching it will trigger it to attack me. My jaw just dropped. No. No, 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 no. All right, luckily there was 2. That would have been so depressing. All right, let's go, spider. And I'm staying in F5 mode. I'm not risking another creeper blowing this up. He's not attacking me anymore, so if I just push him... Oh my God, please survive. Please survive. Please survive. Finally. Wait, there's another one. Let's try this again. I'm going to trap this first one in as a backup, then lead the second one over here and try to somehow get it down. I just break these blocks. Wait. I think he survived. Oh, he actually did. Let's go. Now just follow me to your new home. I've placed water on the ground so it can't die like last time. Now I just need to close it up. And there we go. It's finally trapped, which now means that with the invisible spider collected, that is the rare section complete. It took a while, but now that the easy and rare sections are done, we can move on to collecting the ultra rare mobs. And I'm going to start out with the one that I've already found, the naturally spawned pink sheep. So let's carefully get him down here, all the way across the bridge, and then into its very obvious pod, where it's now safe in my world forever. And right next to that pod, we need to go into the every item museum, because right at the end of here, we have my bucket with the blue axolotl inside. Here it is. It's actually a baby blue axolotl, and I'm going to replace it with a yellow one for now, bringing the blue one over to where it belongs. Then sticking with the blue theme, I'm about to build the most expensive pod, as the border is going to be made out of diamond blocks, and the inside out of deep slate diamond ore. And that pod is for none other than this guy, the full diamond armor zombie. And I've got a feeling he's going to like his new home. It's just a shame that he's holding a piece of rotten flesh and not a diamond. I don't know if there's a way of making him drop that, but if there is, please let me know in the comments. Now next up, I'm bringing back a mob that could quite quickly drop me, and that is the supercharged creeper that spawned naturally, which I found right here. Let's check it's still alive. It is, and I think the best way of getting him home is through the nether. The portal's all set up and linked to the nether roof. Now comes the dangerous part, and I need to be super careful, because if this creeper dies, I'm probably never finding another one. It's so rare that when I searched it up on ChatGPT, it said there's no fixed percentage, but realistically, it's far below 0.01% per storm event near you. Effectively astronomical luck. So this has to be done right first time. Here goes nothing. Come on, Mr. Creeper, I'm not scared of you. Just kidding, yes I am. That actually went really well. But I can't go through this portal because when I get to the other side, the creeper would just blow me up. So I need to fly back home and go through this portal and then find it over here. I need him to lock on to me like this, and then I can lead him all the way back over here. And then once again, I can't go through here, so I'm going to have to go through this one, and he should be over there. Yeah, there he is. I've already designed his pod ahead of time because I wouldn't be able to do it with him inside of it. And this operation is about to get very intense. I need him to follow me in. I'll then do this and then run all the way around and block him in. Yes! And the naturally spawned charge creeper is done. I'm not sure if there's any Minecraft hardcore YouTubers out there that have even got this. So this one, yeah, it's unbelievably rare. And I'm going to go back to the same area as I found this charge creeper because I also found the skeleton horse jockeys over here. Now, if I get them out, you've jumped off. Please say it's not so. Okay, he's fine. All right, follow me this way. Let's get it back and trapped in. And there's a skeleton horse jockey, which is like a 2% chance of spawning trapped. It's just a shame I didn't get the other one to turn into a stray, but I will get it. So I'm going to have to wait around forever again for another thunderstorm, which is actually okay because in this pod, I'm going to be getting the brown panda. And getting one of those takes quite a few hours. So surely by then, another thunderstorm will have appeared. Now, first things first, I've got to find 2 pandas. Here is one, and here is the second. Then in boats, I'll take them through the nether portal. Then nearby, I'm going to build a panda breeding enclosure. And to breed them, I need a lot of bamboo, which finally gives me a purpose to use this bamboo farm. And now to get brown panda, all I need to do is feed this guy and this one. And they should give me brown panda first time. Not quite what happened to me in one of my very first videos, where my literal first time breeding a panda, they produced a brown one. The odds of a brown panda being bred is 1 in 256. So it's safe to say I could be here for a while. Oh, there it is. Nice. That didn't take long at all. I don't even have like an insane amount of pandas. So let's name him, get him in a boat. And now I just needed to go through this portal to get it back in the boat and then take it to the museum. It took me just over 20 minutes to get, which is pretty insane. But I'm not done with pandas because next to it, I want to get the rare snotty panda. So I'm just going to keep breeding these guys until we do find it. Somehow, after breeding this many pandas, I'm still yet to find a snotty one. So I'm going to change up my strategy and build a portal, which takes me to a bamboo jungle far away. And this panda looks different, but it's not the snotty one. Fly around and look for some more. This guy seems to be just a regular one. What about this guy? Oh, I found him. Oh my God, I found him already. Why was that easier than breeding them? So now I'm just going to bring him back home. And now that I found it, I don't need these guys anymore. Anyway, the ultra rare mob section is now 50% complete, but the ones I have left require a lot more time and effort. I spent literally a full day modifying different farms until I finally settled on one that produces chicken jockeys in a somewhat acceptable amount of time. Chicken jockey! So now I'm going to head high up into the sky and build this thing. So right over here, we've got the area where I'm going to be stood, watching all of the chicken jockeys roll into here. But essentially how it's going to work is that the mobs above these planks are going to fall down, get pushed towards me by the water, hit their heads on the slabs, and then die to the magma blocks. To get it started, I need to remove these wooden blocks. And as you can hear, it's pretty busy in there. I just came to check that it was all working properly, and we've already got one. Let's put on the chest plate so I don't die, and we're going to have to try and wipe out these baby zombies. Don't want the chicken to die, though. Oh. That could be the play, you know. All right, they're all falling down. And you might think, oh, why aren't you worried? Well, that's because chickens can fly. Now I just need to get close enough to attach a lead, and then it should just follow me. But as cool as this is, I now need to go in AFK for his rarer versions. And I did actually find a zombie villager chicken jockey, but accidentally didn't record my screen. So here he is. Okay, after many hours, this is definitely the rarest chicken jockey I found so far. Full gold armor. When I searched up on Google, it says there's a 1 in several million to 1 in tens of millions chance of it spawning. And if I'm being honest, that's good enough for me. I'm not going to find one better than that. And if I do, it will be out of pure luck. So let's get rid of these and then get this insanely rare chicken jockey into the museum. And whilst I wish that meant I was done with chicken jockeys, I am not, because I need yet another baby zombie villager chicken jockey. Wait. Yo, let's go. I finally got it. Oh man, I've been AFK periodically checking my PC for the last 6 or 7 hours. That was not an opportunity for a meme. And finally, I've got another one. So now I just need to get rid of these guys. And with just the jockeys left, let's run in and give him and the chicken a name tag. And then I also want to keep one of the regular chicken jockeys. Maybe this one because he's got a shovel. Because I think he'll look better than the copper one we got earlier. So we don't need that guy or that guy. Now let's put a lead on this guy and get him down to the museum before the sun comes up. Just like so. Then as the sun is now up, if I was to bring this guy outside, he would just burn to a crisp. So we need to go outside and wait for someone to turn the lights off. and replace the one with full copper armor with this guy. And the reason for needing another baby zombified villager was because if I splash him with a weakness potion and feed him a golden apple, eventually over time it will cure and we'll have a villager chicken jockey. Definitely something you don't see every day, and after a little more time has passed, it will grow up into a full-size villager just standing on the back of a chicken. So with this guy and the other chicken jockeys, I can now do something which is going to make me very happy. Holy yo! Wiped out the entire thing. No more AFK in that farm for hours and days on end. But I still do need one more chicken jockey, would you believe it? And I did see one or two of them earlier on when I was trying to find the skeleton spider jockey. And it is the baby husk chicken jockey. And in order to find it, I just need to fly around a desert at night and hope it spawns. Hey, finally! Now I've just got to fight off a massive horde of mobs. And with those defeated, we can go ahead and name tag the chicken and the husk. And with the sun coming up, I'm actually going to have to block him in somewhere, or else he's just going to burn to death. And whilst I wait for it to go to nighttime again, I'm going to build a giant dirt staircase so that we can fly straight over rather than having to go through portals or having mobs interfere. Wow, this looks insane. I've got to fly all the way over there, and I think I should be able to make it. And now that the sun is going down, it will not burn. So let's get rid of that guy, and then let this guy up, attach a lead to it. And then I've just got to lead it all the way to the top of this staircase. And now I'm at the top, it's time to fly all the way over there. So let's go. And we've even got some phantoms joining us for the ride. Now, I think I've calculated enough. Yeah, we're definitely going to make that. And just like that, we have arrived. And there we go. He is in position, which means there's only 2 ultra rare mobs left on my list. This pod, which is going to have the stray version of the skeleton horseman, and then this pod for a mob which has 0.08% chance of spawning. It just doesn't get any easier, does it? And I didn't even know that this mob existed, but I remember seeing it in a video from SB737, so shout out to him. And in order to get it, I need to build this insane drowned farm, which I'll leave the tutorial for in the description below. But it basically spawns a ton of drowns, which all get pushed into the center up to these glass tubes. And then there's an area which I can get rid of the ones that aren't holding any rare items. And I think F5 mode is going to be the easiest way of seeing which ones have the fishing rod and which don't. And hold the phone. I need to block the tubes. This looks like a guy that has a nautilus shell and a fishing rod, but I'm not 100% sure. And the way SB did it was getting a bamboo raft, and then the drowns will sit into it. Oh my god, it's an enchanted fishing rod with a nautilus shell. That's even more rare than the regular fishing rod. Holy! I'm actually so gassed we got this, but the sun is rising, so I do need to keep him safe from burning alive. Also need to give him a name tag. And then if I splash him with a fire as potion and attach a lead to the raft, we should be good to just fly on home, or somewhat close to home. And here it is in the museum, a drowned holding a nautilus shell and an enchanted fishing rod. And originally there was a 0.08% chance of this guy spawning, but because the fishing rod is enchanted, the chances actually dropped to 0.0025%. That's insane. And what else is insane is how much this place needs a glow up. Both the tunnel and the main wall outside need designing. Regular stone and deep slate just isn't going to cut it. Before I show off the cool designs I've just spent ages building, there's still one more mob to go. Well, actually 5 because I forgot 4 of the new ones, but they were really easy to get, and here they are on the wall. But the final mob requires yet another thunderstorm, and the only way of that happening is by standing around and waiting. So whilst I do that, consider subscribing. It's 100% free, you can always change your mind later, and I need everyone to help me out on my road to hitting 1 million subscribers. Oh, right in front. Okay, well, let's hope we get it in the first thunderstorm, I guess. Oh my, that's so lucky. Let's trigger this. No way, there's one wearing full copper armor. So the full copper one is probably more rare. No, they're fighting each other. And now there's only one left. I'm going to attach a lead to it and take it over to the portal. And as I got closer, there was another skeleton horse trap right there waiting for me. What? Okay, I just need to get this guy through without being shot. And I don't need the rest of you, so fight amongst yourselves. Now just a quick journey back and then into your pod where I'm going to close it in. Then I need to build up and start to block this guy off using powdered snow. And then I've just got to wait for it to transform. And there we go, it's a stray, and I'll be honest, I've never seen a stray in full copper armor. But that is the last ultra rare mob collected, and it's the final mob, which means every rare mob has been collected. I started off getting all the easy ones, moved on to all the rare ones with every single type of villager and zombified villager, and then got all of the ultra rare ones, which include some of the rarest mobs you've ever seen in Minecraft. This is where I started, and this is what we've ended up with. And that is how I collected every rare mob in Hardcore Minecraft.